Get the knife, but never attack him. This guy.
Bro,
you're crazy, get right!
what the
fuck,
bro?
That's insane!
Yeah, and on the first.
Yeah, boy.
One more.
One middle was pushing.
No! No! No!
E-box, yeah. Nice.
Don't stop believing, do. All out to that feeling.
That's it, man.
Throwing fire. Fire in the hole.
What? I've never heard get right like that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm gonna hide a little bit here.
Oh!
Laying down smoke.
Flashing mid, flashing. Can they be out?
Yeah.
One then B, more.
I
B.
think one more.
Flash.
One more.
No, 3-1.
Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang. Flashbang.
Monster.
One is behind you. Heaven lost.
Oh my lord. That was insane.
Nice round.
Yeah. B. Bomb is planted B. One is coming out long. Kitchen long.
The gun string is on.
No.
I hate you. I honestly hate you.
Yes!
I
Woo!
honestly hate you.
Professional player. Can you sing my profile? I played against you on train today. I can sing for your profile. It's a beautiful profile. It's so delicious like it is. It's so wonderful to be singing on your profile.
He was long.
Uppe mitt. Oj. 3 där topp. Mitt.
You can see it, and then he'll like randomly just like. Whoosh.
Dude, he's got a
What?
jiggle.
See?
Oh,
What
man,
the
he
hell?
does have a jiggle.
Hello? Hello? Oh, Marcus, don't worry. We're not gonna miss your game, okay? Don't worry. Alright, I gotta answer this one. By the way, Chatrinia, I noticed something yesterday. Hi. I noticed something yesterday. Dancy, what a day, a great day to be a free man.
Go through a whole tournament like that, say, oh, we only had 9 days of practice. I was just using their scrapbook. No one's really going to blame you, but Hooksy puts it on the line. He throws out the ancient playbook from Cadian, just calls off of his own intuition, is able to win games off of his own intuition just from reading the game live. That kind of skill, that is what so few in-game leaders have that always say, oh, we want to build.
I mean, Dancy has said that he's going to call me something that's also...
Right now. He's still saying that they don't have enough strats. You've been playing for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
How do you not have enough strats yet? Like, that's not on your...
I mean, if he writes that, then definitely, then it's probably a perma ban, and that's not a fuck around thing, you know.
Wants everything to be so meticulously constructed, but at the end of the day, it's a house of cards for those kinds of in-game leaders. Whereas Hooksy's, he's building a fortress. He's building something sustainable.
Oh yeah, you can have an intricate playbook, right, and it looks great on paper. But as they always say, Counter-Strike is played on the server, and if your players can't get dialed in, they
I don't know, going well. I don't know, nice
not
thing.
cool under pressure, particularly younger, inexperienced players, or perennial choke merchants, as we've talked about, which Astralis has. It's like, well, listen,
hey man,
just feel this one out.
Either one of them, then it's
what Hooksy's done in 9 days. Now that said, Aurora, their
you want
opponents,
to try an notice on mousepad? Nah, it's fine. I don't know. I have no idea what that is, to be honest.
On the stage at the 8th attempt.
I have literally. I can do like this.
Get the win. But yesterday, what I really liked was there was a switch of Maja said. Usually we start on the at the CT side, we start on the T side. They kind of dictated the pace against the Mongols, and Mongols never quite recovered over there. But I think like a couple of players we need to point out here who have been, I guess we can just be a little critical of Woxic in a group stage. I said he was being a little quiet. We know some of his struggles he can have in the arena. But yesterday, Rich, it wasn't his entire show. It was Maja with an incredible game plan, great calling, but it was the 2 Ws right there. Woxic and Wycadia really stepping up to the plate. We saw so many pivotal rounds from Wycadia and Woxic just popping off, dropping a 30 bomb on Anubis and Maverick as well. And this is what you need to see. This is what you want to see for this Turkish side.
Another one.
Woxic and Wycadia had... I was raising some questions about what we were getting in the group. Woxic had a sub 1.0 rating for what he had in the group.
I have one more pad
Wycadia,
somewhere.
to
I
me,
don't
was
remember
giving
where I
up
put it.
so many weird bozo deaths. He was peeking,
oh no, yeah, it's down in the box with monster pads, racer,
doesn't matter.
And I have...
And 2, I mean, Woxic just...
I also have 2 storage units full of mouse pads from different brands.
So much trouble in the playoff situations.
So
finally just showed up here.
Yeah.
I don't even know if anything necessarily clicked on.
I think I'm good, buddy.
But it's just that they've gotten used to this kind of environment.
I think I'm good.
And look, I've followed Woxic's career for a long time.
Weird enough, I had tons of species mouse pads.
Saying he should be airlifted into a better team. Right, like he's a guy that does turn up and land and perform. And then also, I saw him when he was
I'm using a Zoe mousepad right now.
Unfortunately for him, that was the online era. He was playing on unbelievably high ping, very frustrating for an AWPer. And let's also be real. That frustration spilled over into poor decision making, and that did set him back for a while until again he put down whatever weird beef that had been around him and Xantares for a long time. They merged, made that Eternal Fire lineup, and kind of the rest is history. They're here now with Aurora. I'm very happy to see him perform well on a stage because for me, he's been one of the great underachievers, I guess, was the word you would use.
And I mean, you speak of Eternal Fire, it was eternal rotating door of, plays coming in and out.
Yeah,
but,
that never helped.
But for me, when Jota got picked at the beginning of the year, for me, that's the final piece. I look at that, I'm like, they've made it. This is the ultimate Turkish super team. And we could see it immediately click into place, right? It's just these struggles they've had in the arena. But for me, Rich, now that they've broken the curse, so to speak, I'm excited, actually, as to what they have in store for us here.
Yeah. I mean, look, let's be clear. The Jota addition was the right move. I think when he replaced Calix, everyone was like, look, that is a no-brainer that has to happen.
Did you have your daily pulse yet?
Eternal Fire now on their lineup. So happy to see that. But I will say at this tournament, Maui, he's kind of been, I don't want to say absent, but,
He's been
You know.
he's been a bit quiet in terms of the statistical output department, but his decision making is still better than Calix had last year. Calix would sit in the same place for way too long, wait for basically the entire round to end before he gives up the fact that he's watching apps on apartment. Like, you gotta move, buddy. You gotta eventually either push into the apartments, rotate a little early, and that's Jota's set.
Where I play CS:GO, that was the YouTube video was special server that the people that we were playing the show game against fixed up. So.
Was such a feast or famine player.
No, Marcus, it's my medicine for my visit to the doctors on Monday.
100%.
Because tomorrow I will definitely use the straw because that's the worst one. Then I'm drinking laxatives.
Looking at results, you're like, oh, this is heavily Astralis sided.
You have this medicine that I'm drinking. You have to mix it with water. The same one with tomorrow's one. But this one is pretty good. But it's like it's not something I want to drink though. So, like it's supposed to be mango flavored. It doesn't taste like mango. But
I'm
yeah.
actually curious because if you kind of paint the narrative of these two teams, finally one team breaking the curse
We lit.
and the other team finally finding a leader they can rally
Oh yeah,
behind.
forgot about that.
It's
There
an
it is.
interesting dynamic altogether.
We're getting two teams that are on the upward
Where is
trajectory.
the where is something I was supposed to do?
And also, let's be clear, they've overcome favorites. They were underdogs in both their games. Both here, one of these teams goes to the final.
Belgian much love for the gift, the one by the way.
I
Just
don't know
noticed
who it
that.
means more
Much love,
to,
buddy.
Because in terms of Astralis, we don't even know what's
What
going on
did
with
you
the
write? Have a
the
great stream,
ownership,
not
right?
bad.
So is winning a trophy.
But no, okay. So what is that much? What is that mouse pad?
Aurora for me.
I haven't even looked at it after that.
Sure, Astralis would love the club.
No, it's all fine. It's my stomach. Give me a second.
Completely bankrupt, but at the same time, Aurora are a team that have made all of the playoffs of all the events that they've gone to, and now they're finally winning in a playoff situation, despite having.
Why is the mouse pad so expensive?
A bad start, losing the big at the very get-go.
Am I stupid?
It felt like this was them taking a step back, but now they've actually taken that big step forward over a team like the Mongols, a top 5 team in the world.
Japanese
so for Aurora,
mouse
now they look
pad.
at this
Okay.
as championship or bust. Like,
Sorry for the question. Do you have any keyboard for sale? No. Because when the companies are gifting me like SteelSeries, Zoe, or like any brand in general, when I get time to time things, I try to not sell them. I try to keep them and I give it to my friends, or I give it out. I am thinking about giving out the small mouse pads during my birthday stream.
But I have to echo Maui's sentiments here for Aurora.
So we'll see. I'm cooking up something with it.
Finals, they still should be vying for
It is the smaller versions though, but it's XL version, so it's like thin but small. So maybe people can get it to the office, like whatever they want to do. Why can't I see their website?
If everything's
Their website are
Maui Falcons. If they're still making moves and
the best mouse pad you can get.
You know, topple Vitality, take their crown. A mouse gonna, maybe pivot and make some changes of their own. We've got a roster mania to come in, and one of the teams I would absolutely say probably can't actually make a move right now is Aurora. Going right the way through 2025. So
quite
they
interesting though.
definitely have to get a trophy. I'm amazed they haven't already.
Yeah, but they were like 180 euros.
Tournaments we've had this year.
Or no, that was from
Just used to playing Aurora at
an
this point.
XXL
The style that they play,
XXL mouse pad, and also like 80 euros for
is just become a little bit.
Well, yeah, actually,
like,
elaborate. Tell me about the style.
Smaller one.
Okay. A lack of usage of lurkers, practically always just trying to do the most.
I told Zoe that I want an XXL mouse pad
really
though.
A singular idea for sometimes.
But I don't sell
gun
them.
round straight. So if they outlined in their preparation that we're gonna hit B, they're gonna slam B. They're gonna try to hit it like
Wait,
4 gun rounds out of the first 5, and sometimes they don't even really make the mid-half adaptation.
Why did
to
Google
round
say
number 9,
1800?
round number 10? It's sometimes too late, and they're
Yeah.
too far behind. And the top teams in
It's
the
so
world,
insane
the ones
pads.
that do the
It's just a
preparation,
mouse pad,
in my
though.
opinion, one of the reasons they do badly in playoffs is because there's more prep.
I wouldn't be surprised it's the same one as the Zoe one, because I know the Zoe mousepad has a completely different material.
Then they know everything.
Because I remember in the workshop I attended last year with, so we had presentation for all of their different mouse pads.
So they did say,
So it was kind of nice in that way.
There was a player called him out and
yes,
said
he's called
so,
a lot of people did, and I'll tell you why. Because he said they've kind of refurbished the playbook, they have a new tricks, you know, ready to go. I haven't seen that yet, and you just have to harken back to a couple of games prior when he played against Na'Vi. I think it was Inferno and Train, and it felt like Na'Vi just had to read on exactly what they wanted to do on the T side, time after time after time again. So I feel like he hasn't really used that playbook quite yet. Now you're in the semifinals for the very first time in an arena event with his 5-man lineup. You better crack that book open because I want to see something.
Alright, I'm putting up the prediction now. I know the maps are not up in there, but we're gonna have it, and then we have.
You're going up against Hooksy. That's
it will be longer than those
things. Pages, Rich. Just
yeah, but out of all the IGLs, like he
Mercenaries, like your own custom?
I think he overworks. I think one of the
this is what so is Cell. I know, at least. I don't remember what it's called.
I mean, like, it was crazy. Like, even
TR?
when the writing was on the wall that he was going to get cut.
But the presentation was
Dallas going,
really
here's your playbook, guys. It's like...
He helped himself get cut.
Yeah, I know.
He literally actually dug his own grave.
Suffering from success.
In a way, it's admirable because he actually helped them prep the strategies that Nico ended up calling, but then community sentiment, and even
actually it is.
in the
now when I think about it.
They were like, well, I guess we don't
Good
need
said
him. At least keep him as a coach, bare minimum.
Yeah, you could have offered him a coach contract for sure. But I mean, seriously, like a guy I would back to be able to deconstruct Aurora in a short period of time, it's Hooksy, bro.
And the active style that we've already highlighted in some of the rounds from Astralis are perfectly suited to counter a low lurking style of Aurora. Right. If you're just willing to push extremities, if you're willing to take space that you think is vacated, hey, the secret is against Aurora, it probably is. There's probably no one there.
And also, just looking at
Who you think is taking this game? Oh, I mean, Aurora looked much better yesterday than it did in the group stage, to be honest. Then, I mean, then again, Aurora and fucking the Mongols, the teams that can barely play in the playoffs, apparently, known to being good teams, right? So
yeah, Hooksy knew exactly what he was going to do. I didn't know what the tell was, but he's been putting in the prep. But more importantly for me, Rich, it's just the conviction he has and the fact that his team are behind him. Also easy to have the conviction when you play with Nico and Monacy, right? You play literally some of the best players we've ever had in Counter-Strike. You've led them.
You're building a desk?
Ooh. What I was going to say was, I think it's great that he's able to do a ballsy call in this situation because he knows they're playing my house money. Like Astralis
expected the device pop-up tree? I mean, every one of them was sick, though.
No, it was this was the
like food poisoning or whatever. So I wonder, like, what that will do.
So you have to respect it. And as I said, I think stylistically, this is going to match up really well. And with that said, I can now throw you over to the stage to introduce these teams for our first semi-final.
Astana, are you ready for the semi-finals?
Astana, вы готовы к полуфиналам?
Well, let's get our teams onto the stage and kick things off in style. For our first team, you guys were loving him. Hooksy was getting the cheers, he was getting the chants, and they've done a lot better than many expected. He was brought in to save this team, and it looks like he might be the man to do it. They won the game yesterday that not many expected. The upsets could continue here for them. Let's see what happens.
Главная неожиданность вчерашнего игрового дня, да и PGL Astana в целом, они победили Нави. Но складывается ощущение, что Хукси именно тот кусочек пазла, которого им так не хватало. Теперь он здесь.
Astana, let me hear it for Astralis!
I don't know. Good morning, Pinky. How you doing, buddy? Hooksy shad. I mean, dude, food poisoning does go away a little bit faster, though. After you're already getting fucked by it, right? So... Morgan? Wait, what? Can't see the emotes because I'm on the phone. I mean, no one is spamming it, so... Oh, yeah, it takes, yeah. Morning, Besser, morning. Morning.
On the stage. They have struggled in the arenas time and time again.
I never thought Huxley was bad, and so I'm happy he gets a second chance. I think the thing is with Huxley is just like we...
But they don't want it to end here.
Они удивили в 1/4, обыграв 2-0 Mongols, которые все-таки считались вчера более сильной командой.
We had an idea about him, how he was performing G2 and all of those things, but then...
Но эта серия прервалась. Возможно, это начало новой серии. Кто знает, совсем скоро узнаем и мы. Итак, встречаем Аврора!
G2 will make even the best players dropping rate. Hey, man. That is something, right? Oh, can I be done with this one? Because I have food in an hour. Need to be done with this drink. Can wait an hour. Can drink something, but that's about it. I'm probably gonna have the boring maps played though. Oh wait. I don't think we see Astralis so far play Anubis though. Do they play? I don't think they play Anubis. At least right now, this Astralis I know. Yeah, first ban.
Our teams have taken
First ban.
the stage, and we're one step
First ban.
closer.
Okay, they don't play Anubis. Okay.
Maja, come join us up here.
Finally.
Come with us. The rest of you can sit down and get ready. Maja, yesterday, it was a big turning point for you guys. How proud does that make you feel?
First of all, Alga Astana, Salem. Yeah, yesterday was a good day for us. Like you said, first win in playoff, but like I told you, it's the first in everything in life. So today we're gonna try to show good Counter-Strike again. It's important, and with the support of the fan, hopefully we can.
Do you feel... Oh, yeah, so I got to not forget about that bit.
Thank you. Итак, вчера был поворотный для вас момент. Как вы ощущаете это сегодня? Насколько гордитесь вчерашним результатом?
How much does the people speak Kaz and Russian? I think it's Kaz, is it, right?
Сегодня важно показать свой лучший,
Like the population.
Counter-Strike. Я верю, что все получится.
Maja, do you feel like you can sense a difference in the team after this win? Is there a change of them in how it's just feeling when you come onto the stage, what you're expecting from them now?
I don't know. I think we're just gonna play our game, and hopefully it's a good day for us, and we will see.
Чувствуешь ли ты какие-то изменения ментальные в команде после вчерашней победы? На самом деле нет. Мы просто постараемся сыграть свою игру, быть уверенными и сконцентрированными.
Now, Device, you didn't have too much time to be playing with Hooksy, but it's looking pretty damn good right now. How would you describe what's going on inside the team?
I do think it depends though, right?
У вас не было достаточно большого количества времени, чтобы найти контакт с Хукси, но как ты ценишь, как команда сейчас себя чувствует? Ну и ответ вы все слышали. Хукси!
I mean, it does lose a little bit of the vibe, etc. like that, but it's very important to do it, basically. I mean, if we are in a country where English is not even, let's say, second language to learn, so it's gonna be harder for that way, you know?
Что для тебя значит сегодняшняя игра и возможность выйти в гранд-финал?
Мы
ставим такую цель перед собой, мы просто играем, верим в друг друга и надеемся, что все получится.
All right, guys. Shake hands, fist bump, whatever you want to do. Now,
well, yes, it does depend. People that are a little younger don't, but some countries refuse to use Russian except for tourists, even though they know it. Well, Glory?
Итак, Астана, нам нужно понять, за кого вы сегодня болеете. И стартанем мы с вашего любимчика. Астралис!
Gonna get some socks.
That's a good start. Astana, what about Aurora?
I would like to do it one more time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We need to go again.
Давайте еще раз попробуем. Кто будет болеть за Хукси?
Yeah, I can hear the Hooksy chants coming in there. All right, Aurora fans, let me hear it. Aurora! I think we might just be winning on that. Either way, it's going to be a great game. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see indeed. We've done the narrative big picture stuff. Let's start dialing down. Let's talk about Vito. That's going to be incoming. What does it look like?
I think this one's going to be interesting now because obviously Ancient Anubis should be out of the equation. Ancient a map, we've seen Hooksy. He loves it with Astralis, Anubis, the whole map of Aurora. So where did
actually getting the bans. Okay, cool. I mean, Anubis is going to be banned now, right?
I was thinking that
they will never give Aurora the chance to play their best map, basically.
Yeah.
There's no chance of that.
I feel like they play to their strengths a lot of the time. I think they
so...
Okay, true. Yeah.
Maybe a nuke? Nah, Mirage or nuke, I think.
Mirage, but I'm just saying, don't be too surprised if it's T2.
Alright, Mirage, yeah, makes nuke. Nuke, right?
Because if you go Inferno, man,
yeah.
There we go, nuke.
Yep.
They shake hands on Inferno.
That's two potentially last, or Inferno?
That was a bond burner of a game, and I don't think I've been very impressed with Aurora. So
no, terrain. Okay. Look, Aurora 05. Wait, Aurora actually open up train as last?
I'm surprised because, I mean, Madrid, it's not been too pretty for you on train lately, so this is going to be them with actually...
I actually won't pay attention if they were showing the screens, by the way. Did they do that? Then give a spoiler on Mirage first.
They did also lose the NIP earlier as well. So I'm just assuming that they've been kind of learning from the mistakes they've made so far in this event. Maybe this is where that playbook...
Marcus, are you at home or no?
He was trying so many different fakes, so many different variations of trying to hit the bomb site, and he was getting red. So maybe this is where the couple of pages, which I spoke about, that's where it's going to come out.
It's a big show of respect to Hooksy. You know, they felt they had to deploy something a little bit out of the ordinary rather than take on Astralis on Inferno. So that's interesting.
Or is Marcus just idling?
Prepared for and watching out, which we didn't really get much time to talk about, is the for all we've
Brian, are you here?
For all we've talked about Hooksy, Stare.
The star of the team.
It turns out he is the star.
I mean, think about it, right? He comes in, plays a playoff games where they have no expectations.
Shot a pick of Mirage. That's good though. That's really, really good that they did that. I know like ESL sometimes misses that, and most of the tournaments organizers actually do miss it.
With Yabi at 1.05, Stare dropped 20 kills average every single map, win or lose.
You're on my living room. Ah, I'm pretty sure.
But in the Hooksy renaissance of Danish Counter-Strike, I imagine that it's going to be a varied amount.
I guess we gotta be doing this,
very spread in terms of the distribution. I know that Stare popped off. You really stole the show yesterday. I imagine today it could just as likely be somebody like Yabi. It could just as likely be somebody like Stown. Hooksy enables everybody, and if they have an idea of how they want to win the round, I think they just grasp it immediately.
And also one thing I've been enjoying from Hooksy is just watching the way he's using Stown, right? Especially in the CT side. We saw it on Ancient, for example. He's everywhere, you know, in the midst of all the action. So I'm looking for Stown to deliver because he's being set up by Hooksy. He is putting fate is being placed in this young gun, and we said he's kind of this group stage hero. Yesterday was reasonably kind of quiet. What are we going to see here, Rich? That's my big question. Is it going to be the group stage Stown, or is he finally?
He was good on the maps they won. He was good on the maps they won. That second map where he fell off a cliff, though. Okay, so it's just good. you don't know what you're getting from him, unfortunately, yet in these kinds of
And
environments.
that's where I rely on Stair, because I seem to know what I'm getting from him. And of course, can't forget Tom Cruise himself. Device, always Mr. Reliable.
What I think's hilarious is that they're the ones playing well and they're in the chairman of the No-Cadians club. But anyway, it is now time to throw over to our commentators, two veteran voices that paved the way for Counter-Strike excellence in their field, brought together by fate. It is Anders and DDK.
That's incredibly epic, Richard. I really appreciate it. He's obviously incredibly high for winning the show match as well, which I can appreciate. Dan, how are you doing? You look great. What is this?
It's beautiful. Okay.
I picked it out, so therefore it's just marvelous.
I like the
I wouldn't be able to
coloring.
pick it out myself because I have no Starlanders.
Well, me neither, obviously. But I don't know if the colors shine through. That was really cool.
Whatever.
Nice. I'm ready for this game. I think this is going to be super sick.
What
this
up,
very well could be
Talega?
one of the best games that we're going to have on the
Do
stage.
you think it will win?
Secretly, I think it's gonna be a bit of a banger.
I don't know,
We'll get
to
into
be
it
honest.
momentarily, but I am absolutely fired
Aurora
up
looked
for
much
this.
better than
Aurora up against Astralis. We're
they
not
were
gonna
in the
delay
group stage.
any
All right,
long
I'm stopping the
time.
prediction. 5 seconds in the round, by the way.
Aurora starting on the T side.
So you have less than 10
CT
seconds.
side, Mirage to begin with. It's a semi-final
55.
at PGL in Astana, and already we're seeing a bit of a
Or
split
50,
coming up
I mean.
from that T-spawn position. Woxic, he's got the smoke ready. Where is he going to throw that smoke? Surely it's just for the window a little bit later on. But
Oh, yeah.
where is he pointing? Oh, he's holding it. It looks like
He's gonna do smoke
going for a
window.
push. All right.
I don't know. I feel like this is like a 55 to Aurora maybe and 45 for Astralis. But Astralis looks so much better than they've been in fucking 6 months or even more.
We look to have an ace split.
They look way more compact
Might be
as a
might
team.
be quite doable to isolate these CT defenders.
Oh,
of Astralis.
Yabi. Oh, wait.
Yabi's
If
going towards the
Yabi?
T-Rap, he's going to find the bomb there. And he's going to get flashed in. The timing's a little bit off.
Oh.
Didn't spot the bomb though. But now they
Vox.
surely know what's up.
Abs, Huxley.
Yeah, they do. I think they're getting the read on it. Hooksy, you could see he's looking out for the Palace. He's worried that someone could be shot.
There,
Winning kill of the semi-final.
yes.
But
Oh, Voxic played it so well with the timing.
being crept up onto the A bomb site.
All right.
Goes down, and this is looking a little bit better here. Aurora recovering the round, getting the bomb planted. There's nobody that can stop.
I mean, I don't think
the
it's a
bomb flank
dead
that's coming in.
team, or
Major.
has they officially said they're gonna be folding, or
But a Glock will probably do even
it's
better
too
at the
hard
stage.
to
Watch it, stay alive.
retake this
Wait
one.
until Major is here. It's a
This is
couple of
Aurora
seconds away.
pistol run.
They should be able to the round right
See
in
him
there.
bind
Hooksy.
spawn as well.
He drops as well, and here comes the backstab. They were not ready for the Danes. Shut
There
down.
it is.
Device instead to drop. And they
Little bit of a lackluster pistol from Astralis, to be
Really
honest.
well put together round. And one of the things about a round like that where a lot of players on your T side are dispersed, we saw the bomb alone, for example.
I mean, I think it's just, I guess, the award thing, right?
Go wrong, but
Maybe
once
they
you
need
get
a fear
through
of
past that
disbanding.
danger point,
Hmm.
obviously it starts to get really difficult for the CTs unless they are somehow able to stagger or slow down one portion, but it was just too difficult. Astralis didn't get the info in time to be able to figure it out. The only
What
tip
up,
we saw
buddy?
with that was
Brent,
that
how you
flash
doing, buddy?
T main, but it yielded not really all that much. And so that's a great start there.
Please, no,
Feeling your strats pay off from round
no
one.
tech,
It's gonna
please.
feel good for
Oh,
the boys on a
Yabi did actually turn around though.
That was.
Then it wasn't that clean as it was.
Woxic. The timing on that peak. The fact
Ready,
that he
ready.
took
Oh,
an
yeah,
extra
okay,
second
cool.
To actually get the headshot, that looked really sick. But yeah, I mean, Astralis also playing so far back. Apart from the ramp position, they were really far back on the map, which did allow Aurora to get the bomb planted. And I don't know, Astralis, I think, were hoping to get more out of the USPs. And I mean, it's not even that bad. Like, if they had, it would have been a different round. They do invest into this one, which is pretty aggressive and potentially also quite risky.
Oh, that's a good name though.
One shot away from dying from the scout. Even a Deagle is pretty lethal now to Xantares, the star rifler of Aurora. And I love it. I love that we have 4 Deags, oh well, 3 Deags, and a Scouts. Slowly but surely.
The only problem is just like,
Aurora, we can see that the bomb is making its way.
basically everyone in the CS industry knows about Device's problem with his health, right?
You need that shot. They're
Like-
creeping closer. And you're absolutely right. The B-split is going to be coming in.
Oh.
Xantares turning the
Oh, it could have been killed. Do you really want to have him as a player in a new team, if you know what I mean?
And it doesn't really look like Aurora are ready to
Stack. This
walk
actually
away from
could.
it.
They
might
walk,
do a
yeah,
good
they're walking
job
away.
right now. The
They
mid-point
cancel
here,
it.
Major, look at him, how smart he is. He's investigating. They've called it up.
Like,
Maybe a little bit
Device is
quicker,
still
but
a fucking
I mean, if they can
amazing
just get to
player.
middle, then they can kind of run there without any
But
interruptions. This is so smart from Aurora.
it's just more. I think it's just more like that.
But it's going to be a real struggle. Whereas now, it's just a clear path to a bomb plant.
And Astralis can save the guns into the next round as well. So it's a situation almost where it benefits both teams to an extent, because Astralis, they're going to have nothing in the next round. So it would be pretty great if they can hold onto some guns here. But there is a Mac-10 to throw at this. Bacardi's going to be making his way forward. Device. Oh no, he can't get out in time. He did get a tag at the very least, but now Xantares laying in wait. Only with 2 HP, but is going to take another gun away. So, I mean, that's terrible for Astralis. They're carrying very little into the next round now at this point.
And having that happen after they've made the choice to save is just always extra frustrating. There's no question about it. I'm curious. I mean, again, it's obviously a calculated risk. Astralis know how this works. But it does mean they're going to be delayed in picking up the rifles on the CT side. Xantares goes up to the bomb. It's a bit of a shame, but not a really, really big deal. I do think having Xantares kind of get locked into the game early on is going to be very important, because I don't think there's anyone on the Astralis side that can really stop Xantares. You know, on a one-to-one basis, if he's playing the best game that he can, then that will be a really huge problem for the Danish side. There's no question.
Certainly, everybody.
Boomer Demons Academy confirmed. True.
Laser focused. It's a semi-final, playing for that grand final position. Quick drop there into the underpass. Xantares, well, he's going to get a test here. Multiple players.
You should throw it now.
He's alone. What can he find? Xantares. With that rifle, the AK, the spray comes in.
They actually did get it though.
Astralis, and that's an AK to be collected. We're speeding things up here for Aurora. Straight out of the palace into the PG-50.
Almost could I get that one.
Site.
Oh, they actually are running into Con.
That's a very nice attempt. The flash in to try and take the fight. The timing is actually really good for it. They did pick up the AK. It's hanging around in the window right now. It's good flash there. Swakardia.
I think he heard two, though, right?
On the Turkish side. Huxi and Stown, and I think holding
no
the
head
AK,
cam, no
best
right?
case scenario, which is not going to be permitted either. So really sick for Bacardia. 2 kills with the Mac-10. He can now recover the AK, so he's just made a little bit of extra money for his team. Aurora.
I think if he does leave Astralis, base is where he would go. I'd love to see Devin Carrigan cook something up.
First part of the half here. Again, every pro team has tried this.
I mean,
it's not like Astralis are going to be super panicked right now. But obviously, I think the mood is going to be set in this next round.
I guess, right?
It sounded like so.
I guess, but I don't know.
The crowd has certainly been primed for the Huxi chance. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of those.
Okay.
But indeed, Orb coming out onto a device straight away here for Astralis. Window smokes there from Aurora, of course. Cat smoke as well. We're going
Nico, honestly. Nico.
Gabby moving forward, smoke blown open, looking for the play. Gets a dig, gets to shoot one bullet. It connects with Woxic's head, and Stown is coming as well to perhaps find a finishing blow. But Aurora, they're avoiding the position. They're going to regroup here, it seems, into the B apartments.
They're still committing in mid, though, Astralis.
And Woxic might be left to lurk.
I mean, Astralis have a weird choice to make at the moment here. They're not really holding B. They are holding middle still, but they have very little information. They still really don't know which it's going to be.
Vice is on short still,
kind of, but he doesn't really want to peek it all the way here.
Ah, they're leaving B.
Now that the grenades are going in, it could be a very fast save call here for Astralis now. With that kill, it might change.
Huxi needed to get that kill.
Afterwards. The bomb is up.
Card is
right,
1 HP though.
Down. Just a little bit of worry. I didn't want to see him
lurk underground.
But I think saving is, well, they're going to go for it here, but I would say it's not a good idea. Nice shot from Device. Connecting with the second
that
bomb.
from mid,
they're
though.
just getting trapped in here. Woxic will find an easy kill and take down Device, and with him the AWP as well. They're going to have to.
Such an untiming there from Huxi, though.
Wow.
He could have easily done that much better.
The idea of blowing up the smoke at top mid for Astralis to push into that position, but I think Yabi runs way too deep with that play. That's the kind of play that is you make it so that you get you get someone caught right at the corner. When you have to keep pushing that and extending that fight so deep in there, I think you're setting yourself up for failure. So not a big fan of that. Astralis, very slow start now.
I totally agree. It's one of those spots where you're in. That's the play, but Yabi's thinking, oh, we've invested. I have to get something. But sometimes sometimes their pacing's just not going to allow for a kill, and that is the exact example. I think that's a great call out. And we're going to see what adjustments we will find from the Astralis side as they continue to fight back in this one. But it's certainly not a great start. And Aurora with so many great calls, decisive mid-rounding. And I like, again, the switch up of the pace there to catch Astralis. But also, at the same time, I like that Astralis got aggressive in mid. I think that's a good sign.
Just to get the 1M4 pistols on the wrist here. Probably liable to make another, a roll of the dice, be a bit aggressive. And Aurora, they must see this coming. They know the economy. They know what's on the other side. You could see this default that they're setting up in to begin with, where they're just really, really far back. Jota's playing back in the palace. Maybe the most vulnerable player here would be Madger in the middle, but he's not that vulnerable. Game here just is to wait and see if Astralis do anything apart from that ramp. And it will be a bit of a stack towards the B bomb side. It's so obvious that this is going to happen, which I think is also an Aurora have already proven. They are really good at the mid rounds here. Late into the round, they're still going to make up their minds. There's not much to criticize for Aurora at the moment.
No, certainly not. It's just the T game plan, just so far working out perfectly. And that connector smoke, sometimes it can be a little fake. And of course, the Astralis don't have info. Stack on B, of course, and Aurora. Oh, okay.
It feels, I mean, I'm not expecting too much on Mirage from Astralis, to be honest.
That smoke that Stan throws down is... It's hard to know if you're Aurora how to react to it. Right now, they're basically saying, we think that was the only thing that you've got, and we're going to try and push through. Magic gets shut down by Yabby. Smoke goes up, but it's the A-bomb side. So it's a really nice headshot. Unfortunately, it doesn't make any difference in the round. 20 seconds left here. Long-range spray. The bomb is making its way onto the stairs even as we speak.
Oh, wait.
13 seconds left. They are going to get a bomb. That's a nice
okay.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. 10 seconds to been delayed. No, you can't hide on the open walk.
Oh, no. Wait. What? Okay.
Absolute catastrophe.
Okay.
Absolutely nowhere. Astralis, one headshot here, one headshot there, and it all falls down. I mean, that first play from Madger, I totally agree. The pop flash to find the info, cool. That allowed the team to go into the A site feeling confident. There wasn't much there, but this play from Yabby especially started to create some serious issues. The dominoes starting to fall and the panic starting to set in. Unbelievable result from Astralis, and that's going to get them back in this, Anders, because nothing was going, and now suddenly the engine has been kick-started.
Getting jumped into the game like this, that's a round earlier than maybe they should have been allowed to, and it actually makes a huge difference here. I'm blown away. I thought Aurora had it figured out. The fact that they were waiting in connector was just fine. They actually called the bluff. They said, there's no one on the A-bomb side. We're going to be fine. But then somehow it all spirals out of their hands. And now 4-1. It's still a good start, but we'll see what Astralis can manufacture with these AKs and the AWP. That's the big question. If the Danish team can turn it around. There's no smoke in window?
Maybe that was what's needed for Astralis to be feeling a little bit more grooved out,
Just failed it. I'm guessing that's what we're seeing. Because like I said earlier in the tournament, if you only throw the top mid smoke on the T side here, that probably means you're going to blow it open yourself. If you're Astralis and you see that there's no smoke in the window, it's such a clear indication that there is some sort of trick happening at that top mid position. So just keep that in mind if we catch it later on. But this, I think, was just a failed smoke. And it will be 4-1. It's pushing into the middle.
There's been some layers here to Astralis' info finding game. They're playing pretty actively, so they're able to read essentially the positioning of Aurora fairly well. You can see with their setups right now.
You even see
Voxic. Jota clearing the window with the ladder position. Yabby trying to re-clear, but it comes down to the headshots. Aurora hitting everything right now. 3 versus 5.
They tried to counter them to be like semi-aggressive, but it backfired quite a lot.
Game this for Aurora. As they actually continue to move.
Oh, they're going to be. Oh, Device needs to stay here. Hooksy need to really get this kill on short. Like, it's very fucking important.
They have to find Jota before anything else happens right now.
Oh no, Device.
I think this round is going to be busted because Hooksy's going to get shot in the back almost no matter what happens here. Missed opportunity. Stair will get the kill on Jota, and
instead.
Good spray down. They're a little bit back into it here. Nice
okay.
Shot. Madger goes down next, and it's fallen apart here for Aurora. They can't let go of this round. They have all the
right.
Santaris, the drops, and Woxic finds himself alone against 2, and they're hunting for him. 10 seconds on the clock. You need that bomb.
Oh, device, baby, device.
For the Danish legend.
Marcus.
And it's one more round.
15 gifted for device. Getting an ace on A bomb side with up.
Oh, that
yes,
I'm
no.
Pumped. I got tingles from seeing Device there in that situation. On the semi-final, AWP, the confidence there behind him, and we know what he's capable of.
Device was on IDL.
Key kills, creating opportunities for the team. You can see that this Astralis squad are playing really well off of one another. Great intuitive plays to 4 now as they scrape their way back in this, and Aurora's
now the
just being wiped out.
Oh, it's a hero Ekebai, okay.
I would love to hear the team comms.
They're they really still want to be aggressive mid though.
Watch his back while he was turned to help out at the B bomb side. That's so next level because that was the ultimate threat there. But Jota got shot down from the A bomb side instead. Jabby.
That's a gun.
Not acceptable. Stown is going to be pushing forward here, and that's the bomb. Now down, which is very weird. Hero AK in the middle. Stown, I don't want to see you fighting this. Just try and fall back and see if you can make them spend a little bit more time.
He's on an island. He has to fight against the Horde potentially. No assistance at all. He's got to get the right guesses to him. One is coming in from the apartments. Did he hear anything there? I'm not sure. Storm in a position though where he can more safely play by himself. Only 2 spots to look at now. Storm is never going to get help. He's far too deep. He's alone on an island. Covering for that bomb. There's 40 seconds here. Aurora need to clear him from this position.
They don't have time. They might have to run away. They know that he's there. They even use a Molotov to try and...
Oh, he's gonna die by Vicaria now.
30 seconds here. They need to move. There's still a whole map to clear. Vicaria, he's got the right idea waiting for him.
Oh no!
Opportunity. That's disastrous. Down, back hunting the bomb. Oh, he's taking so much time.
But he's taking a lot of time though. The only problem is Hooksy.
He's holding it with an AK. He could win the round. On the other side, Hooksy.
Badger
in the back again. The Braum is dropped for the Turkish side. He sits inside of the
Hooksy.
Hooksy for the team. And Device slows them down.
No time. No time. No time. Run.
Just run away, and the round will be theirs.
It went scary in the end.
In the most
but
bizarre ways.
they got the run though.
There's no doubt.
By the staying on mid and sides, why no one rotating T-spawn?
Because we go back to the round that they won in surprising fashion where they collected 2.
I mean, they don't know if anyone is aggressive. So
we'll give it to them.
Like if there's still someone on a ramp or whatever. I think Jota.
His teammates.
No, Jota is a mid player. I think it's Vicaria, who's their A-lurk or however you want to call it. So
3 to 4 now.
It's also a read from the rest of Astralis because
we love watching Astralis today for Hooksy.
And Aurora was set up for that eventuality.
So
for the
you're
first
telling me you're a hate watcher otherwise. God damn it.
Because Astralis essentially stay one step ahead and say, okay, we know you're going to be waiting for it. You know, I agree, it's such a good play and potentially quite hard to do. It would have been even sicker if he'd got 1 more kill, but still, 3-4. Let's see how this plays out. Astralis, you are right, though, to point out, so it did cost them a lot of economy, so...
No, it is there, yeah. It's just 1 slope, 1 apps.
I like how we're seeing Astralis not really fearful of mid in any respect, just happy to get out there fairly quick. Santaris trying to find a timing from underpass. Taking quite a bit of nade damage there. And
ooh.
Trying to find something off the bot flash. Battle of utility here. Device finding an opportunity. Now this one is stuck there, top mid. But this is all delay right now. And Aurora don't have much util left. They've got a single smoke left after all.
Oh. Damn.
He just barely lives through that. 4 health left on stair from the early grenade. I mean, how much longer?
I have no idea that someone is savage though.
Getting challenged. Yappy's there to join him a little bit. We're at 50 seconds. It will obviously be a split towards the site here, and they've actually already got Vicaria just incredibly deep into the bomb site here. This is such a rare site. But with the boost and the AWP, I mean, this is a wicked trick coming up from Astralis. I don't know if Aurora are going to be quite ready for this. Yeah, you can throw some smokes and flashes here, but is that actually going to be quite enough? Bomb being planted on the other side, and very good job.
He doesn't die faster though.
I think they're in a prime position.
Badger stuck there in the corner. They know he's there. Santoris.
Hooksy.
That was a massive kill from Hooksy, dealing with that player 3 versus 3.
Oh. Ah, they smoked though. Hooksy?
Keeping a chance alive. Woxic going for the peak, sliding into the angle, but Device from the side coming in at the crucial moment. Onto Jota. 2 players here for Astralis. Now they know where he is. Can a headshot be found? It's all the head gets connected with Jota down to 2 and Device finds
No
the
time though.
The round is over, but at least the damage has been done. And
I'm very surprised that Device actually went for the pistol there.
Consolation.
It was curious to see.
Yeah, it's like...
Because I think they had the smoke on top of the bomb. They had the kit on Device.
It could have been so much better, to be honest.
No idea where Jota was, and because if they had known, they would have gone straight for the defuse, I'm fairly sure. But they must have thought that he might have even been hiding inside of the smoke or something really crazy, so they just weren't really sure, unfortunately. 5-3 though, nice comeback for Aurora. Again, they had a great start, but Astralis have won 3 really weird rounds in a row, and now it looks like it's going to be more of a fast A execute, with right now Stair being the only one here. Device is going to be wheeled in. AWP to miss the first shot. It's not exactly what you want to see, but this is going to be lightning fast here. Aurora will not slow this down.
Stair on triple.
Oh no.
Flashes come in. Oh, he's been enabled there. 1 kill untraded, but gets good damage onto
If they spam the smoke, it could have potentially got killed there.
Bomb going down now.
Plant
3
now though.
players left in the after plant for Aurora as Astralis regroup, and that's a fine half from Wicardia.
His 12th
Damn, Yabi must be so pissed.
Right now. That's such a wild way to get the job done. 3 versus 3. Again, smoke on top of the bomb plant here. It could be sick. Hooksy, not with the kit though. It's Device who's picked it up, and that's a bit of a shame. Stown gets 1. They need to get on that bomb defuse right now, but Wicardia will not let them. He is a monster. He's already got 4, and Device running away to try and deny the ace. Oh, missed shot here. Madra jumps right over Device.
Wait, does he survive though?
The round will be lost
I
here.
think he survives, right?
Wicardia in a crazy mood to begin
A
this
little
game
bit
with.
too much misses right now.
4 down at the moment.
Well, up hidden.
The only thing that could kill him was the C4 in that round. It is pretty wild. He's feeling it. There's no doubt that Wicardia is feeling it. And it's not necessarily the play that you're first expecting. Maybe you think of Xantares or Woxic or Jota potentially before a Wicardia, but here we are, 6-3, and it's great to see because I think, Anders, for me, I was like, okay,
there's a high chance that they will put like Device on aim more now, specifically with AWP.
Moments, and then using that team cohesion, the team play, the dominoes starting to fall to find unlikely rounds. Aurora, though, now
they're buying.
That if you want to win, if you're Astralis, you have to step up another level because the individuals are coming to play as well.
He whiffs a little bit too much, though.
The money is, and has been for a minute here, the thing that really holds Astralis back. You could see it in this buy. They're going to have the AWP, and I mean,
if they get 6 rounds on CT, I think that could be doable on T side.
Shots right now, but for everybody else, it's another one of these buys that will invite more aggression on the CT side. Because you have to make up for the.
Alright, they do different. Okay, they do Device alone on B instead with the AWP.
Round number 10. Xantares has got a Mac 10, which is kind of interesting. There is only 1 helmet on the CT side, so that Mac 10 could definitely be an annoying weapon to be up against. Even Jota on the Galil is, that Galil is now just kind of an AK with more bullets.
And this is the first time Device has
double con, double A setup.
So we'll have to see how diligent Aurora are. Sometimes in certain setups, you might just be peeking this with a rifle. And if that is to be the
you got it?
case,
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, they did write that they were fixing it yesterday. That's good.
See how that dynamic plays. As you rightly say, Device is a very important part of the CT defense with the AWP.
Oh wow, that's a very nice set of grenades.
They know that's a B player.
The bomb is still in the middle though. They can do whatever they want right now. They don't have to make a real choice. Missed opportunity.
Again, Device.
To stay alive for another second.
Leg shot.
Oh. Back there on the leg? I don't really know, but nearly a 2-for-1.
Too many misses now.
It isn't enough. The bomb will be planted here. And trying to save Xantares is out hunting a little bit. You almost
Hooks is the ideal.
This half look like if Wicardia hadn't shown up in this fashion, because you look at the rest of the scoreboard here. It's not that they're playing badly, Aurora, but he's just so ready for the semi-final.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. You need somebody to step up. There always has to be a player that can deliver some of these performances to get your team in it. And sometimes you cycle through different players throughout a best of 3. And Wukadia decided that he is going to rip Astralis a new one right away from the get-go.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's an important point, right? Having that one person who's just locked in, because it does also give the other players on the team more space to kind of like get.
This is the problem. It's like, do you save for last run or do you actually go for a buy? Hooksy is the ideal. Hooksy. Once again.
And it is one of those things too where sometimes it's the case because
Hooksy.
Game of Counter-Strike, they're not going to always get the spots in like let's say the first half of the game. They might not get that many. And so if a player like Wukadia has been presented with those and he can perform, you know, super crucial to see that. So 7-3 for Aurora. It's turned into a great first half. Can Astralis find another unlikely round here? The hero rifle on Stayer. And Hooksy alone with the Deeg here on the B apartments. And Woxic's going to eliminate him.
I mean, whatever happens from here on out.
What is the closest trophy from major tournament?
That's already
the PGL Stockholm major trophy was really nice. I mean, back in the days, the Cologne Katowice trophies was nice.
No question about that. It's also the map pick.
I don't remember.
That could be something that you factor into, but I really think Astralis should be able to play.
Which one was it?
Level. Maybe you do want to throw in
what the fuck was it called?
They've had limited time with Hooksy, so how many maps could they really be prepped for? You know, how ready could they be? But either way,
E-League major?
50 seconds here, just
the
about
trophy for when C9 won?
With the M4. I mean, we could be doing another crazy round where they pick it up. They've got the MP9 close to the ramp where the bomb is coming in as well. Dan, there could actually be a way to shut this down.
Certainly. The MP9 at close range. That's going to be Wukadia. That could go down quickly. Device!
Oh.
He finds the timing! And now Yabi. Okay, well, it's a support from Stayer that does it. And suddenly, just like you say, Astralis in a 3v3. 30 seconds to go. The Deagle. Critical damage done to Xantares.
They know they're both on A. They know both on A.
Yeah, he's escaped. That's kind of dangerous right here. If they realize Stayer, he's actually baiting
he read them. He read them.
He lets him know, I'm running away, and now he's back here. If he just runs, he's going to be able to stop Woxic. I think he's in so much trouble. He doesn't realize, but he is already dead.
The savior of Astralis.
He read that whole round from the center of the map. He baited Xantares into the peak out of the smoke, and he knew he just had to get close enough to stop the bomb plant.
It's just the unlikely rounds. They seem to be the most likely. I don't understand how to process that, like mentally, but that's just what's happening in this one. The perfect here from Device, and it truly is the perfect
he has
timing.
not many
Like
AVP kills. Device.
Before everyone's about to coordinate the util and to move in as a unit. If you find those timings in Counter-Strike, you can really make magic happen, just like we see here. 4-7, Astralis. Let's see what they can do. A fast pace straight up into Tetris for Wukadia.
And the fact that he picked up the AWP, he took his eyes off the ramp. He's still going to do some damage, and he picks up the M4 right away. Device will not fail the shot. It's through the smoke as well. A couple of kills that go the way of Astralis. Xantares and Woxic.
Yeah, they must have been so confused of like.
Xantares, and I haven't got to shout his name nearly enough in this tournament. He's had good games. He's been impressive.
I like what they're doing in that way.
But my level of expectation for this man is so high. I know what he can do, and I want to see it.
Well, this is one of the things that's great about Counter-Strike as well. On the T side, 2v4 with over a minute to play with, we get a lot of potential here for Aurora to maybe find openings.
Hooks is not in Astralis team? No, he's a stand-in, but he's the ideal of Astralis.
Where they can't
as of is right now, because of they're figuring out who's going to be their fifth player.
Saying if it's B, we'll retake it, no problem. If it's A,
that
we're
is
going
news.
to win it 99% of
Official
the time.
News.
So you don't care about losing rifles here. It's round number 12, so you're just going to go for a nice shot.
All right, Device.
Up on the ticket booth. Xantares, unfortunately,
I mean,
shot out of the bomb
it's out in official news, so.
Get the very same treatment, tries to get into it.
Oh,
there's some sick shots.
Nice run by Hooksy, either way, or a nice try, I mean.
Coming out from Woxic, but again, he was always going to get shut down. Like you already mentioned it.
I mean, it would be hilarious if they go and win the whole fucking tournament
We end up at that
And they
7-5
have been
scoreline.
having Hooksy for free for like a
And honestly,
year's
there's so many
time to
ways
get
that this
him,
could
and they
have been a
never
blowout
picked him.
This first half.
Yeah.
Astralis getting completely wrecked by a great T-side game plan. Good individual performance and calling in the mid-round from
Do you
Magic.
prefer the light
Obviously, we mentioned Wakardi
switches
a
or normal
lot,
mechanical
but
like
they
linear
somehow
attack?
managed to finish the half
Well,
with
I'm the
5
worst
rounds,
person
and
to
being
ask that
behind,
because
it's kind
like
of a weird dynamic because
I did set it up and then I
Aurora's
don't know.
camp, they're going to feel disappointed that they didn't get
Basically,
way more.
I have
And Astralis are like actually
02
pumped, and you can see it there for the moment. The
or
vibes on the
02
Astralis
millimeter
camp
or
looked a
something
lot
like that.
better from the outside. So interesting stuff here early on in the semi-final.
Yeah, it is almost the case that you almost end up sort of suffering from success a little bit in those moments where, you know, 7 is great. It could have been like
I mean, it is quite interesting what Heroic's gonna do, right?
So Astralis might be happy getting 5 rounds, get into the second half here. Let's see how this one plays out. Pistol round is going to be coming up. If you're just joining us, then you're a little bit late, but that's not the end of the world. It's the first series of the day here. Semi-finals in Astana. Astralis are playing Aurora. It's the first map as well. So there's a lot
I mean,
more
the whole Nilo
smoke
thing
into the
is
window, smoke
it's
towards
kind
the
of like
connector as well.
annoying as
Astralis
fuck
looking to
for
put some pressure on.
SS3.
It will be an A hit here. Zantaris trying to find something, but
Oh,
very
okay.
nearly dies.
Pace from Hoops.
Mostly because of
They're faking B.
Meta Sports qualify for the major, right? Like an overall. Oh, he still goes for the peak though.
Here, but, oh, there we go. At range as well. Taking him down. Oh, no! He was back around the corner.
I don't know. I was going to say netcode, but we're on land. I don't know how to
Hooksy
interpret that
again,
one.
by the way.
4 versus 2 for Astralis. Aurora now in the back
10-10.
However, Zantaris, you said you didn't get to scream his name enough. 20 HP. It's going to have to be all headshots. And Jota is not looking the right way. Just the jumping headshot from Set, just because. Why not? Get the star points in there. And now Zantaris, it looks pretty
Looks like a
hard
clean
with
pistol,
such
though.
low health. And they know now precisely where you are. Oh, just to make his health even lower, just a little knock on the side.
Yeah.
6 HP.
Well, the biggest problem with the male 09 is that he also is not enough age yet, right? I mean, he's turning 16 now, I think, right?
Especially if they
Like
want
this summer.
themselves want to be aggressive.
But
Remember,
still,
Astralis
like...
fought in the second round after losing the pistol. Nice.
Hooksy!
3 kills in the round, but
Can we
that
get a
wasn't the
Hooksy
best
shout
thing
in
Hooksy
chat?
did. The best thing Hooksy did in this round was obviously the strategy of
Can we get some
throwing
spams?
the kind of smokes you would throw if you're going to be going fast catwalk into a B split. They did go 2 people catwalk, and so they know that it feels like a B split. It feels already like it is. Oh, people can't walk.
Yeah.
Got the right smokes up and everything, which means Woxic is alone over on this side. Really, really, just a nice play for Astralis. I wasn't lying. He was around the corner.
Well, let the devs explain that one. They won't, though.
I mean, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. A few MP9s. 4 MP9s and a scout.
And no B defense.
That's really scary, yeah. But if we talk about this, you stack it, you can just recycle those into the next round, as otherwise they'd have nothing. So easy side take for Astralis. Good call. You know, it's kind of a gamble. A lot of the times, you just, you know, it's hard to predict.
And a big difference from how Aurora played this kind of round, where they really felt out what the defense was like and ended up, you know, recalling the B hit into an A split instead and everything, which both options have risks. Going slowly can also
Much
mean
love, the Swedish chef, for the primer for 2 months.
Means you could be jumping into a
For
stack.
shipping.
There's no real solution that works every time. Otherwise, the game also would be kind of boring.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a great call out.
It's like, we'll pick the right option.
And sometimes also, you know, if depending on the emotional element, the context.
I still
of
think
the
he
game
needs
where
to
your
stay there for a
teammates
little
are
bit.
at, if you're in a slow
Support system, yeah,
rounds,
maybe
it
I
does introduce
can
a
agree
fear
to some
element
degree.
where anything
I
that
see
goes
it as
wrong,
they
you
just
kind
need
of
to
hard
get the VRS points
now
and
kind of
starting to be
pick a
allowed
call
to
and
be
recover
playing
that.
those ranked
Whereas if you just
tournaments
go
more.
in, everybody knows precisely what you're doing from start to
And
finish,
he
and
grinds
everyone
for like
just gets
6
to path
months
their way
before he
to
does
the
anything.
site, and even if it's
At
a
least,
poorly
and then
situation, at least you just get to have
see
that,
what it goes
as
there.
opposed to having it fall apart slowly,
Base
which actually
nickname,
feels
by the way.
horrendous. So, yeah, like you said, there's trade-offs. There are a lot of trade-offs, no matter what you do.
I like it as well because there is a limited time that these guys have had together on the Astralis side. So I do think, you know, having this kind of call, I think it does work out better for the team. Like, they're going to feel like we're really up and running. Like, the momentum is back with us. We're going to be sick.
And they're heavy into the apartments here, the B apartments. And for defense, there is Major with the contact on the site, and then from distance, Woxic with the scout does get the connection on the hooks. He softens him up for Major down here. And can Astralis get out quickly, or will they abandon this one? They're going to run it back, and in mid, you've got Stone, who's been holding the ground. So there are options, and this is exactly the situation we talked about, Anders, where you lose somebody early. Now you've got to regain this into the mid round.
I would say kind of a classic situation.
I mean, they do have okay utility to go A.
Before the smoke lands, which means the scout gets the tag. If the MP9 has an easier time of
Only problem he
kill.
went apps,
And
which I don't like.
Reading this one very well. They've got a single smoke on Jota. He is a top mid, so that's not really going to make a big difference.
Double push Rhino as well. Yeah, this run is pretty much over.
Both of them. That's a lot of bullets, and the doubling up in this position now. There is a Molotov on device. We'll see if they get to use it. Flying Mach 10 to take down Centaurus. But Wacardia's position is known. He's so good, though. Back with another kill. Almost had that one if he had bullets. I think he would have had it on step. The flank is coming in from Jota. Should be enough to seal the round. Only 30 seconds left, and Device finds himself in a bit of a clutch.
He should run B.
He's found the first one. But without his knowledge, there is a second flank coming in from the Palace. He's already been tagged up. It just got a hell of a lot worse, and here comes the shot in the back. Major able to steal it away. No clutch.
But they don't know what we know, Shad.
Very nicely played, and that's because of the saved, you know,
they don't know.
And the rest of it for the previous round.
Exactly, and it's really interesting too, because there is a timing window after the call comes in to abandon this B hit, where for Aurora they could be like, okay, they could actually be re-hitting and rotate. And so there's like
as a player in game, you can always pop. It's just the coaches are kind of getting fucked.
A re-hit, but they didn't actually care about that. They took mid control and figured it out that way. So amazing calling in the mid round from Aurora. 8-7. It's a full gun round here.
Straight
Starby.
You guys all know what this looks like. We have Centaurus and Jota pretty close to it here, but already Astralis actually powering onto the bomb site. So far, so good. Bomb is a little bit further back right now, so it won't be an immediate bomb plant. And they might even call for a freeze here just to see what Aurora do. I think that's kind of intentional.
They don't have a utility
a little
left,
bit. Bomb will be planted. And it's a full-on retake. 5v5. I say that just as Major walks into a bullet. Stared to pick up that kill. Yabi, very nicely handled. And it might be time to save here. Aurora, if you can get away. Without any kills in the round.
Okay.
That was well played.
That was really well played. I always love seeing how, for example, at Yabi there, he gets that info, kind of baits his opponent into shooting a couple bullets, then he gets to slide out and stop in the perfect spot to punish it, like just these small sort of in-fight movement decisions to get the advantage. And we get some discovery here on Woxic. He's just holding that because he has Xantares who can cover if Device is to actually go closer. So that's kind of funny, but I mean, they managed to hold on to the AWP and the AK. But I think what's really important there for Astralis is that they showed that if they don't go for like a fast A set piece, they can actually feel confident that they can just, you know, roll that into a pretty straightforward win. And it's going to be on Aurora to show that they can actually retake it now. So that's in the playbook. In Hooksie's head, it's like, okay, this is something that worked.
I did, because sometimes when you do those A executes, you're so stressed out about, you know, the smokes are down, let's run to plant the bomb, and it's like the only thing you think about. But slowing down that play in the middle.
My sub just now, but I never seen this. What the fuck?
And then when there wasn't, then you go and plant the bomb.
That's a
5-second break.
That's a little bit debatable.
Nice tactical element that's very intentional for Astralis, no question.
I think Bacardia double scoped, so it was actually pretty telegraphed that he was in this spot. So you can see that throw the flash to like try to aid the escape, and Yabi's even predicted. So Yabi's really understands what's going on there.
Yeah, you can't be doing that when you're close. Speaking of scopes,
I didn't realize there's double up there.
Yeah, they have another one. Oh my! Term Danish dynamite, sometimes thrown around in sports in Denmark. That was it's typically not how we try to, you know, bring it up. Smoke down to the top of connector here. Potential window look coming in from Yabi, which could be very, very powerful. If they can get rid of Centaurus in this position, then it does leave the shadow position that I think it's Jota playing in very weak. But Woxic, that's a shot to start with. We're down to 40 seconds here. They need to go right now. Centaurus already dropping a bit low. They've got Yabi in the window, but that doesn't matter right now. Stairs got the bomb on his back, or at least he had it. He was still alive. 30 seconds. And a flash to set it up. Device just barely surviving the encounter against Centaurus. Woxic holding on to the
Yabi though.
20 seconds. They need to get onto the bomb site.
Okay. 1v1 though.
And picking
He
it up.
saw him, right?
That bomb is right in
And the
front.
bomb is kind of
He's
fucked
very low
though.
on health, and Bacardia knows it as well. Looking for the hunt here. The grenade, trying to push him away.
He has another nade though.
He's going to get it. Oh, he's going to go for it.
Oh!
The reactions are
Damn, Shad. Damn.
to draw Wicardia into the angle. You think that Stan would have his number at that point, but Wicardia just reacts. So dialed in, this man, in this game. And Mirage, 19 for 9, top fragging the server. Incredible stuff.
I mean, it's a team game, but having one player show up to this level is obviously fantastic to watch. And also the communication there. On Aurora, getting the call out saying, listen, don't use the AWP.
Not a plant.
It makes a huge
Don't
difference.
be like that.
Because if he goes at that fight with the AWP and he misses the shot, then the round is over. Whereas the USP, I mean, yeah, you can just go, it was a headshot, but it didn't even need to be.
100%.
Okay. There's like an Aurora chant in the crowd here in Astana, and then there's a counter Hooksy chant. How strong is the Hooksy fan base? Like, they found their way to Kazakhstan. I wouldn't have bet on that.
There's a Hooksy non-profit sending everyone.
There's got to be.
So there we go. This is a great first map so far. Both teams exchanging blows, and full AKs on board here for Astralis on this T side. More of a B side lean to mid control.
Yeah, that hurts, but he's going to run for it. Yeah, you might as well keep going now, Hooksy. You're already pretty much in this. Bacardia, yeah, he knows someone's going to be walking up behind. He's so smart, gets the one, but the trade is there. And Matcher, unfortunately, caught fumbling around between the knife and the SMG. And I think it's already time for a bit of a save here. That is the fast calls here and the follow-through on the Astralis side is something that Aurora actually having a really hard time dealing with.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case. The fast hits have been really good. And that's something that Astralis can continue to throw at them. I mean, even the A set piece, one of the ways that you could deal with that are to play, you know, some of the more info based games, like, you know, the T-ramp plays. More
Dallas next week, yeah, it starts. It's gonna be a good time zone for you, buddy.
If it's the wrong setup, you can kind of find that out quickly. But even still, though, it is risky to do that. Because then you're giving up mid, you're giving up other positions on the map. And a lot of the time, Astralis have showed that in their default, they aren't really putting anyone towards the T-ramp either. So the value exchange there is not going to be great, I think. So I think it's quite hard for Aurora to figure out what should be the change of setup. And sometimes it's not necessarily about changing the setup, but it's just about adjusting how, like, what you execute within it.
I mean, right now, there's so much on the line here. This is the map.
Travel to any event this year, or meant to? I am traveling to Lithuania next week for Comic Con. Other than that, no, I have 2 weddings to attend. And we have potentially a trip to Dubai for Inui.
Oh yeah. Just the addition of Hooksy, the vibes, the fact that they get to.
And then we're not gonna have any specific summer vacation. At least it feels like me and Hick kind of, to some degree, agree to that. And then we focus on doing like a vacation in December if we're gonna do something. Is one your wedding? No. No. Me and Hick has been together for too short period of time. I think we need to first also live together to have an idea of that. I think that's the easiest step though.
I'm asking nicely for now.
I got some, but I'm trying to. I put up a pretty straight, like high goal for myself this year to be working as much as possible, like streaming wise. But also expand some businesses and so on like that. Regarding my my branding and so on like this. like I'm pulling the trigger. I'm not even gonna overthink too much about X or Y things. So
This is unfortunate if he misses the shot, but he will not. Clips device in the air. 20 seconds, and the rest of Astralis trying to get onto it. You can see how uncomfortable it is. Woxic not quite sure where to stand.
Oh.
But he's done more than he needed to.
Good training though. Yeah, the bomb though.
The round is going to go with
yeah, there it is. The round over.
That's enough to send it. Aurora going to be at 10 here. They're simply running out of time. They're looking for the kills though. All right. That's kind of... That had me scared for a moment.
Damn.
Me too, because there's sometimes there might be a little delay where you're not sure, am I trying to retake this or am I playing time? But I'm sure they had the
networking, maybe.
Astralis, really close round. And we talked about the repositioning of Woxic. That really made the difference.
I don't know. I wanna expand something. I'm not sure what it is right now, but
Astralis, when they decided to
we'll
run that
see.
play. And again, you can see that generally they're starting rounds out mid.
I do, however, got new. Oh no! I got new colors for the printer. I've added gold, by the way.
Yeah, Woxic now joining Bacardia. Way up there.
It's not in the printer yet, though. I just received it before the stream started. So,
Centaurus, it's a really good not really ready for the second one there, but gonna get peeked by Stown as well, trying to limit his exposure to that angle, but unfortunately will not be allowed. Stown's gonna be able to hunt him down. 4 versus 3. The bomb is headed towards the B bomb site, but Maja finding Yabi. That was up in the B hallways. He's able to shut that down, and I think with it might just come the round. 2 versus 4 as they get the first kill on Bacardia. The bomb being brought out. Actually, Jota forced out into the open here. It's pretty uncomfortable. You've got to get him now. He's burning. He's stepping into the flames. And the headshots there. Hooksy.
This is doable for Astralis. They know where Stam is to some degree, but he kind of disappeared, right?
As Stown is able to cover if Woxic goes.
Will Woxic look? Oh, he's running.
Expect this. Does he check for this? Gun out, finds it. That's huge info there now as Maja teases, but Hooksy is an assassin. And it's just Woxic left, and he does not like the looks of his chances. He has no idea where Stown could be. As Stown tries to find Woxic, miss.
All right.
And that's a wrap.
Stars back.
Pick it up, and
It looks pretty, but I don't see it. If you did it, I don't know.
Completely lost.
A 2 versus 4 that they somehow managed to get.
Yeah, EF is Aurora.
This will be the round that the desk will want to talk about right now because it is not acceptable. Aurora calling their final timeout. It's not the scoreline. It's not the fact that it's 10-10. It is the money that is going to be the big problem here for the Turkish side.
Are they investing to follow by actually? I mean, there are kind of money fucked.
Or in the map at least.
Not wait.
And again, Astralis just...
They are? Wait, what? What's happening?
Think of the rounds that they won, Dan, on the CT side. Like, how many of them were totally ridiculous, but somehow it was enough to get 5, and...
That molly that Hooksy throw, he was so forced to peek there, triple.
Really interesting.
What's been really great is, again, just seeing the level of plays, like how some of these, like this fight, the way that Hooksy was just playing with the movement, the side peek, and just like...
Oh, the shadowing. Like oh, much love now, hi. Appreciate, buddy. Much love for Prime. There it is. There it is.
The individual level we're seeing that.
Oh no.
Still showing up to this game with very good form.
I mean, looking from yesterday's performance on everyone, like,
see if Astralis can sniff it out.
It looks like Astralis, everyone is feeling so much better today. You can see on the stats line, you know, everyone is playing well.
We hope to have. We just
even Stam and Yabi is being struggling a little bit.
And then we're back at the game. We'll probably win the map right then and there.
They actually go for a beast.
It's not impossible. Centaurus baiting for Josh.
Bye bye, Hooksy.
Great headshot to start with. Now they all have the focus.
Oh no.
Centaurus running for it here. There's a sick 10 bullets left. It's another dink and another.
And he's just standing still.
As he's now hunted for it. Device goes down. Yabi and Stown in shambles here on the T side. As they have finally run into the
1 minute left. One is buying kitchen though.
Good spray onto Woxic. They can't lose another 2 versus 4.
Stan is behind. Yeah. There's an up on short though.
Has been trying to hold on for dear life while Stan makes his way across. Both players isolated from one another, but now finally connecting up into this B site. 30 seconds to recover the bomb, and essentially what that means is kill everyone. And there's one spot in through the window. You know you have to take that timing. And now Yabi, he's lost
Just save,
his
there's no
only
point.
chance now to win this round, and he's going to give it up.
They fumble this one. Nice run by Santaris though.
In Santaris' hands, it doesn't look like a 5-7, Anders.
That is so crazy. And the fact that that was plan A, was getting all those kills. The plan B was the fact that Jota was in the corner with the MP9. So the whole point is, if they trade out Santaris, then they probably don't check the corner for the MP9, and they probably lose around anyway. But he just did all of that. All right. We need more of it, though. That's the thing. It can't just be the one round here for Santaris. It's too much fun to watch.
They thought they had timing because they killed the carry on short, question mark? Maybe.
Not even spamming, you know, just I shoot heads.
Fucking 5-7, man.
Shoot heads. Really well played by Santaris, but Astralis, we might see that A set piece again, but this time we have Tech 9.
Santaris was on 8-12 before that round.
Preemptive, incendiary, and Jota's looking for it, but
wow,
the hero rifle in Yabi's hands delivers against Jota.
Okay, well, he's going to be tested again. What have you got for us, Santaris? He saw the jump out. There's the headshot. Sprays down 2 in quick succession. 3 versus 3. But that's still pretty dangerous here. They're going to steal another rifle on that side.
Oh, no.
As the smoke blows open. It's Wakadia to pick up the kill on Device, and Stown up on top of the ticket booth here. He saw it coming. Oh, the relentless aggression. The panic is in. Woxic, he has to fight his way up. He needs to live. He must stay alive. And
oh, no. The bullets.
Wakadia helping out his sniper. And no bomb plant
needs to really get a plant there.
Stair finding himself with a lot of time on his hands. Could he really?
He almost outplayed it. It was so unfortunate though.
The rating says yes. But he is at a heavy experience disadvantage against these 3 players on the other side. Just holding the line, waiting for them to make the mistake, and they've already given him one.
That's huge. That's the AWP. I don't know that that will be collected necessarily in this situation, but the most dangerous.
I like this move.
In this situation like this is the AWP, because he can't flash angles.
But
if someone's
Aurora is going aggressive on A to take information.
They're thinking that maybe it's just going to be a re here.
Yeah, he's running to B now.
In a 1 versus 2 after plant here, there's no one that can stop.
He takes the gamble. He will get the plant though, so that's good for economy though for last round.
Madja is already in the market, but I think smartly he's waiting for Woxic to get a bit closer. Stare, the peak is right. He gets the first
1 HP.
Sure. Woxic on the other side. He's so low on health. He is there.
No, he turned around.
Woxic shoots him in the back. It's such an epic attempt from Stare, but it won't follow through. The Turkish side will survive.
By the way, now when I think about it, I should cheer for Aurora because of Woxic. I forgot about it.
Oh man, the timing there. It's such a 50-50.
I'm grabbing water. Shut.
Heartbreak there for Astralis. But they've been fighting really hard the entire time. We haven't really seen either team take all that much of a lead since the first half of the first half.
You could hear the chants there coming out for Astralis. Quite a surprise to me, I must say. But the fact
what up, Lazy? Long time no see.
Yep.
Can't lie about the math, can we?
And also just, I mean, we're going to see what the buy will look like for Astralis, but they don't have much money. The fact that Stair was able to find the bomb plant in that round is a godsend.
Yeah. Whatever they can get right now, another 2 smokes, another flashbang, whatever it is, just try to get some more utility. Match paused for just a second here, sorting out a couple of tech things before we get back into it. I don't know. The fact is, Charlotte have won the kind of rounds that they need to win right now. Most of their rounds, I feel like, have been like this.
A few times, for
sure. So why not, you know?
Yes, and again, it's Aurora's map pick, so Charlotte's really showing a lot of fight. And it's interesting, because I don't think they've overpowered the game plan of Aurora. Aurora has been able to execute their game plan, and normally if a team's able to do that, they're going to be ahead. But it is these surprising rounds where we're seeing just the scrappiness of this Astralis lineup, the chemistry, the vibes that have really carried them through some of the difficult times.
I mean,
Okay, Chris, yes, the Mace device aced with an up on A side. No. Brother, it's kind of hard when I have a wireless headset. I still hear. And I know that they're sitting and tapping in games. I know there's like a tech thing going on, you know. Also, Marcus, there's a rumor that Barry is gonna potentially go to Astralis. What do you think about that, by the way?
That's the question. I think one of the big problems that they have right now is just the fact that Woxic and Macardia are playing such a crazy game that it's been very, very hard to overcome.
I was
is also at least getting warmed up a bit
attending
it just won't get any easier.
Yeah,
get together with my friends from my childhood town yesterday.
And he did in these last few rounds.
We played Dota 1, CS 1.6, 1 game of Dota 2. And that's about it. And then we went for a couple of drinks afterwards. That's fun. Who is Barry? I like Barry. Okay.
Onto the A ramp to slow that down, and actually it will push them away. So Stown and Yabi running back. It's the early fight here, and Stair, unfortunately, unable to get the job done. They will pick up the AK there on Hooksy, setting up a couple of more grenades.
Yes, the bomb. That's so annoying.
The connector, but he's got the bomb as well. He's going to be very, very careful here, Hooksy, that he doesn't die in a weird position. The flashbang, it couldn't possibly have been better.
Damn.
Cardia flashed into next week. Spray back here, or a burst coming out, but Magic goes down. Santaris a bit panicked, running onto the site.
Oh, okay.
And he goes down to Yabi.
What a chaotic round, though. Oh, he's blind.
The bomb about to be planted on the other side as they take down.
What's going on?
So Jota here. Could he really clutch it? Stown's got a triple. Yabi's got one.
Damn.
That's it. Second kill as he jumps right into it. Astralis win the first out of 2.
How the fuck did they win that round, man?
The unlikely rounds. The unlikely rounds. That's what this map will be for me when I think back to this one. However it finishes at this point. Indeed, a perfect pop flash. And Maja, it's so much pressure. You got to get at least one that he did. Jota just not quite ready for that position. Here we go. Oh my goodness, the buy from Aurora is horrendous.
Marcus heart rate, more like 200 or shield 70.
I mean, we've seen them win this round before. 5-7 in Xantaris' hands.
And they're doing the same thing, by the way, just that you bring it up. They had the double position in the corner. They're going to be shuffling away a little bit here, and they're going to realize now it's problems. Wakadia. How many 1Ds can we get? None so far, and none at all in the round here.
Damn, this calling though.
Position, but it's not much of a weapon to stop this with. Stair, look at how smart he is. He waits for the flashbang, but still goes down.
Oh no! That's the bomb!
He can't do it. Not again. Damage dealt on the other side here. Stown very with the headshot. Astralis are coming undone in front of our very eyes. Trying to push in, but Santaris out here. Hunting for device at the end and
oh, I was giving them praise. I was giving them praise.
Outrageous again. Showing that not only can Astralis do it, they can certainly do it as well. Unbelievable. Neither of these teams are teams you can count out when the chips are down. Incredible stuff. Well, it's time to go to a quick break whilst we catch our breath. We'll see you on the other side.
I mean, Santaris 5-7 changed so many rounds that have on that map.
But I love you.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
Play your role. 1x bet. The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.
It's so unfortunate, to be honest. So unfortunate. Wait, what? Did I destroy everyone in deathmatch? Yeah, but that's deathmatch. But in Premier, I can't kill again. You get negative KO. What advice do you have? Deathmatch is deathmatch, first and foremost. That's just a warm-up tool. So that's a good thing that you're playing well on it. The negative thing is like you can't play like you're doing in a deathmatch, basically. But I would always say play with a group of people that you play with quite often. Play off each other more. And yeah, do it like that. Exclamation point share. I'm not sponsored. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. Had it for ages. The command. Now when I think about it, do they actually have like an affiliate link? I've had it for years, that link actually. What were they called again? Gotta see it. Ja, men Sildal 30 much lovare. I gotta see here. I mean, I've had it for years. I had it before even some people saw it. They actually do have them. Oh, so they basically have an affiliate link that is like this. If I had one, let's say I had a referral program. Oh wait, a referral program? Oh, they discontinued it. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. I actually never looked it up. I've never looked it up before. So. Appreciate it, drama, by the way. Appreciate it. Yeah, Nuke. I'm excited for Nuke.
It went down to the wire.
That was a fucking weird throw. Good game, though.
From the previous Mirage Astralis played to this.
Oh, night and day. And I love the fact that you could see Aurora. They had a very solid game plan. What were they? 4-0 up, it looked like.
Also, in other news, I'm getting food very soon.
And then the final stretch of rounds was
I actually just got it, apparently. I didn't know that.
And I loved every second of it.
Hangover pizza.
The last 8 rounds were pure arena.
So I'm removing my cam when I'm eating.
Actions, 2v4s being one, half buys being one, individuals taking risks we know they shouldn't, and sometimes they're being punished
wrong. Why doesn't that one disappear?
Oh, here it is. All the goods.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, it was definitely the right thing for Aurora to do. We highlighted, you know, Mirage is a map that back when Hooksy was in G2, he didn't play. We talked about how you go a little bit further back, Device didn't. So, yeah, you fully expect this to be a punishable pick. But ultimately, this came down to like 1 or 2 moments. We could easily be in OT right now.
Yeah.
This could easily have gone Astralis' way.
I mean, you can pick maybe 10 moments in that game where everything could have gone crazy.
We're going to see them all now, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could just start off with Device, man. He was phenomenal. But, you know, I just want to touch upon the couple of players we highlighted before this game just happened. We spoke about just getting dubs, you know, W Gaming. It was Wycadia and Walksik just leading the charge, topping the server, and Xantares and Joda super quiet, and it felt like despite their efforts, things were going to slip away. But then, man, at the very last second, the Turkish Terminator steps up with a 5-7. You couldn't script this any better.
Hey, the cavalry, it was arriving, and in the form of Xantares, but the beginning fights were fought and won by Walksik, by Wycadia, them continuing the form that they had yesterday. On the Astralis side, I mean, take your pick. I feel like everybody had some moments there, maybe with the exception of Hooksy, but we don't really actually pin him to have those.
Yeah.
Really, so many great times, though, where just individuals were able to break open around, and then all of the spoils were taken and claimed by just whoever followed after.
Yeah, and winning on a force buy, you know, that's just how close it was. So, obviously, you can see on the screen it is the Team W getting the W for Aurora.
Oh, for sure. But also just want to highlight for Astralis, the kill spread was phenomenal. Everyone was pitching in, even Hooksy as well. He had some highlight moments. But Walksik, man, it's great to see. Was yesterday an anomaly? We were thinking maybe yesterday was a bit of a freak performance. He was everywhere on the T side, on the CT side, manufacturing openings time and time again, just being very mobile with the AWP and even with the rifles. Looking at the minimap, the kill spread, Maui. I mean, sure, as an operator, you get a lot of kills from Ticket, but look at the other frags he's getting all over the map. map, ever present.
All over the map, chat. All over the map.
It was stark in contrast
Now we gotta
to
figure this
how
out because
Astralis played as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, Woxic was moving around so well. I felt like so many of the rounds for Astralis.
Can you guys hear me still, or
ended up with
like
people just
bad
pulling
now?
back as far as they possibly could be. So Woxic,
So I put my microphone a little bit weird now.
on so many of the other people from his team to get active too,
Yes,
recognizing
sir.
that he's locking
Is it
down
good,
the
though?
angles. Those kind of moments
same as
really
before, or no?
shown, and I would say lifted Aurora just over the edge.
I also want to say people forgot he's got a gnarly scout. That goes way back.
Yeah.
Say?
If he needs to pull it out, he can get headshots
Huh.
with it. And that's kind of how they closed out the game. So, I mean, just huge impact, both cultural and on the server.
Can I have the microphone like
for
this?
Aurora.
That's
But
cool.
obviously for Astralis, this kind of, I don't want to say fairy tale because they've just lost a map. But, I mean, in terms of just day-to-day improvement, it's been great to witness.
I really enjoyed watching so many of the rounds were able to kind of construct and deconstruct, right? We see it on 2v4 we saw where Device was able to, sorry, I think it was Hooksy and Device, if I'm not mistaken, able to get the round win. So many huge moments from the individuals. But I want to go all the way back when things made a little bit more sense, right?
By the way,
round 5, and I just want to highlight
chat.
how well the side of Aurora were playing. Look at this. What Astralis going to do? They have a couple of safe guns. They're going to be
Did you guys watch the
that
NFP game?
Highlighted this in a pre-test segment right
I
there.
saw that
What does
they,
Joe know? Hiding in Palace is like, hey guys,
here,
just
it was
flash
something
back.
about
They're
like
probably pushing back, and now
11-3
they're
or
gonna be stacking
something.
B. So immediately Aurora, they have the read. Magi's
What
going to
happened in that game?
towards B, but then they mess up Maui.
If anyone
That's
watched.
so much utility. All they had to do was just Molotov off short or smoke it off, and they're going to get a free bomb plant. Instead, they allow Astralis to rush into the bomb site, and I feel like this round kind of was the first domino in what was going to be basically so scrimmy later in the game.
I mean, there was so many 3v5s being won by the disadvantaged team, 2v4s to end it off. I feel like we've got some good moments, though, from the Aurora side.
Head to round 15, I believe.
Yeah, we could get into round 15 here, just showing how Aurora were able on their defensive campaign to just seize the moment, to take it away from the Astralis side. Major just on the bomb site, able to get the first MP9 kill. But I like the tricky setup. As Astralis back up, we have the Aurora who are taking space across the map, but at the same time, they're running a double under balcony setup where Wycadia over-delivers with 2 kills. They didn't expect him to be there, but then there's a double flank going on. Jota pushed all the way from top mid into T-spawn, and yet, oh, hey, another one, okay? You thought you got the one trap card. As a matter of fact, Aurora had 2 there.
And I love the fact that, you know, usually that was a B stack. They get the first kill. What do the CTs usually do?
Really? Is that how they got the entry?
Say, let's rotate through CT. No, they sent 4-player mid. 2 of the players going towards Shadow, the other 2 flanking from mid to T-spawn.
That looked like a little bit of a lackluster half. Maybe.
Of course we do, yeah.
This was, I won't lie, a mess up from
Still haven't
Astralis.
watched
They got
it,
a little too over-eager. They had all the money, all the weaponry to work with. Nothing for Aurora, but Maui, this is where Xantares does his best work.
Without a doubt. I mean, the frags that they find through CT, I mean,
why are they fighting though?
This could be argued as a mistake. Yeah, this could be when you're coming
What,
from
Peter,
con, when you're coming from ramp, you tend to feel like you should be planning for middle there. Astralis, they just wanted to fight into CT spawn as well, and at that point, maybe you're biting off a little bit more than you could chew. And Aurora, they just met them head on, even though they had the weakened weaponry, the kills around the smokes that Aurora was able to find there with the pistols, with the scout. That felt like it was destined for overtime, but Astralis just kind of went a little too deep.
Just looking around history, the first half, like I said, it was so tactical, it made a lot of sense. The second half, just looking at Rich, it's almost like a tennis rally, right? So back and forth, money was getting broken. We even had the one round, which we didn't even have time to highlight, with Xantares in short with the 5-7 stealing a round away. But I agree with you. I feel like the final round was where you could be a little critical of Astralis. They knew that they didn't have the, you know, their opponents didn't have the weaponry and got a little too overeager to finish off the job.
We call that a rush of blood. A rush of blood to the head.
It tends to happen, but in the end, you get punished for it. I will say this, though. You know, Xantares, he was relatively very quiet in this game until those 2 big moments we said with the pistol. But if I'm going to be a bit critical of Aurora,
Alright, piece of cool. How you doing, buddy?
Oh my gosh.
And not just that, look at some of the rounds, the 2 before we touched upon. I'm like, buddy, why are you fighting? He was feeding kills.
Yeah, he was the reason that those rounds that were advantage for Aurora ended up turning.
It came to the point where, I don't know if you ever had this, when you receive 10 euros.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking that's 10 euros, I was thinking that's
2 kebabs.
3 kebabs, 2
3
kebabs. Back in the day, 3 kebabs.
Yeah, same
350.
thing.
Man.
Like, we played in 1.6 in a computer club, 1v1 in the CS mansion, and we played always for kebabs. or for cola or for anything. we didn't have like money. We put like food on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was time I was like sitting and it was around me like 10 kebabs and 10 Coca-Colas, and I was like, guys, you can eat whatever you want. You can do it.
What the fuck?
The king of kebab.
That
was insane. Yeah. But this,
that's a good one actually.
(10-9), 3 rounds away. Maui said in the pre-game interview they were going to mog them. Now, I'm not sure if Sumo culture has actually made its way to Kazakhstan yet.
Oh, you meant like that? Bon appetit, thanks, buddy.
You know, the aura is pretty atrocious here on the PGL side. They're in the proverbial skibbity toilet at this point in time, Dan.
Jesus Christ, Anders.
The fuck?
Why are you doing this to me?
Somebody has to.
Is this a good or a bad thing? Who's this though? 2 million subscribers?
In all my years of playing video games, I have never felt morally conflicted about being a fan. You likely know what Counter-Strike is, but what do you really know about striking a counter? Massively popular FPS that began as a Half-Life mod in 19...
Damn.
Question. Yeah. I met outside of the hotel Steve and Jabby, and they warned Olaf and I of the breakfast. What happened?
Wait, what?
Nothing happened?
What's it again?
The breakfast. They warned us, be careful with the breakfast. We tried it.
Oh, yeah.
Did something happen?
No, but everyone from our team has a bad stomach.
No!
Yes, Device slept for 30 minutes this night. He's been on the toilet literally all night. That's why he looked so tired. I don't know if you noticed.
Bro, and I'm complaining that I slept 3 hours and I'm not just sitting here looking you guys. That is ridiculous.
No, it's crazy what he did.
There was 2? Oh, okay. 2 post-classic. I've seen this one though.
Who are you playing tomorrow? Do you know?
We play winner of Spirit and IP.
Okay, what is this moment of silence, bro? Like, just believe in the Brazilian, Kazakhstani/Latvian magic, bro. Like.
Okay, Spirit. no. Spirit or NIP? Yeah, nee, possible. Nee, doable. Very.
Okay, not doable.
Come on.
Wait, what? Remember when I played with CRT Mullins and Ballmas? Oh yeah, for sure. We tried a new content format by taking the roles as intern coach with Mouse during the
CS2 coaches is an important part of professional Counter-Strike. It's been almost 10 years since Mouse.
Oh shit, I gotta be looking at that one sounds that actually that documentary one and that one. We need to see that one shot.
They definitely look like a different team with
Zoom down eating,
on stage. We're seeing great individual moments.
Right.
And even though they overstepped in some respects, because they do have a honeymoon period scenario where it's very easy to wipe that stuff away and say, well, we haven't had the time to practice together, so we're not going to think into it too much. So with that said, the Vibe Astralis, they'll be starting out on that T side here on Nuke, and they are going into.
You still have a CFD monitor? Damn.
By Aurora.
Woxic just wants 1 kill, and then he's just going to escape. So, yeah, don't stick around. I don't think it's worth it. Repicking it is so dangerous right now. He's risking a lot to stick around. Yeah, he's got the message now, and so is Jota.
Oh.
Santara's going to be rotating down. Umaja is already here. That smoke, though. He can't really stop them from planting.
Damn, so many fucking gush fingers. 4 gushes, oh no.
I actually don't like any of this. Don't fight it, Yabi. I know you want to, but it is just not worth it here. You've won the round. It's a 5 versus 3. They cannot retake this bomb site unless you give them a bunch of openings. And that's just, there's no reason you should. Santaris is stuck around in the back now. It's a bit of a surprise, but I don't think it changes anything. Without the kit here,
That's true.
he can get some kills.
The cards are
cool.
faded though.
But Astralis should have done enough here to win the round.
There we go. Takes down Santaris. Just a couple very low players now.
They should have an DH low, right?
But yeah, ultimately, it really sucks to be on the receiving end of the pistol loss.
To be honest, because Woxic and Jota both got gushed from the ramp, it means they can't rotate down to help Madra the way that they normally would.
Yeah.
I think the
Flip round by guys.
It was just to get a kill and fall away. If you don't get the kill, then stop. Sticking around is so scary. And unfortunately, yeah, it left Madra, like it was on Madra to try and get like 2 or 3 kills or something, I don't know.
And it's a really hard...
like in-game or IRL?
Control. Totally. And the thing here is that, you know, we saw that Aurora, they won the T-Pistol at the opening of Mirage, and they got to kind of just run their game plan. And Astralis, you know, for their map, they win the T-Pistol, they get to run their game plan. So we'll see, you know, if they're able to do so smoothly. Again, there's going to be...
They,
you know, we talked about
to some degree,
maybe there are some things that they need to just keep a bit more
kind of had the first map.
They just haven't had enough time to, you know, create these very laid and elaborate...
But they were also fighting for their lives to get it to be 11-13.
That game plan and whether or not Aurora is going
So I think for...
We already saw that the pistols were highly dangerous.
Overall, I think it's still
And
decent.
this is a map, actually, where you don't have to rotate as much on the CT side when you have a bad buy. So that even makes the pistols even more
Because I
dangerous.
know
So
that they
it puts
have
it on
been
the teams
having...
to have a really well-constructed anti-eco, anti-force buy rounds.
Wait, they couldn't.
Yeah, it's also some
they couldn't talk or the
opportunities for you know, interesting boosts. The one in the ramp.
Yeah, they kind of threw that at least to getting a tie.
Like once per half, really. But if you find
Same
the right kind of round to do it in, it could be really interesting.
I think it was pretty decent for being Astralis, mostly because of like their Mirage struggle.
If you're feeling it.
At least one of them stands. So
brought out.
So I think it was a
What's
good
the meme
showing
about? Is it like
but still.
Duct tape or WD-40 or whatever can fix anything. It's like one or the other.
Yeah.
It's either too loose or it's like not loose or it's like too tight. So, so far it's the duct tape, I guess, solving the stage problems, whatever they may be.
I mean, you can have a lot of fun with duct tape too. There's lots of things you can do with it.
Say more, Dan, or less. I don't know. Where are we going with this? Kind of fun. What kind of fun are you having?
Cover a hole or something, or like, you know, if you want to.
We're ready.
I don't know, Anders.
All right.
I have to say, I'm not very handy. Honestly, if you gave me duct tape, I would have 0 options.
I really like the small comms on the side there, to be honest.
Wrap yourself up
Gives a little bit feature.
Yeah, to benefit society, yes, I would do that.
I'm going to be honest, that went way better than I was expecting. Dan, I was so worried for a second that you were going to derail the entire semi-final, but not the case. That early Molotov has just become a new classic, and it's thrown even
it's Eurovision tonight?
Because it just forces the CTs to do a lot of things. Now they're going to recommit, so smoking down behind the actual silos on the A side.
The biggest problem, they're things.
There's nobody in any of those positions, but it's still worth throwing the grenades. You see the one going down, Bacardia trying to play around it, shot in the back of the head. Yeah, don't run into their own Molotov. But Hooksy, almost backing up into the team Molotov. Execute is actually perfect.
Exactly what we want to see. Oh. It's got to be the flying max end. Yeah, and it is what we were mentioning.
I'm noticing this tournament, there's been a lot of flying max end kills, by the way.
On a map, especially like this, you need to have good protocols and good strats for anti-force buy rounds. There are definitely some things that are a bit more favorable, but the thing is, you can't just run that every time, because then it becomes so expected that it becomes not as favorable.
Yeah.
So because we're not just playing in a vacuum, we have opponents we're playing against. So we'll see what else Astralis have later on. But now they've set this expectation next time that they're in this scenario. But we do save the MP9 and the FAMAS there for Aurora on the CT side. So see what they can make of that. But so far, Astralis have been keeping members alive, so building their economy in a healthy way.
It's really nicely done. Simple, kind of double pump onto the site. Nothing complicated, which was the same approach that they had on Mirage. There wasn't a lot of back and forth really for Astralis in some of these early rounds. They just went really fast and committed to a bomb site, and that seemed to work for them. Let's see what Aurora can do anything in this round. Obviously, they got to save a couple of rifles for Mars and MP9. Definitely doable. Even, especially something like a Deagle here for Bacardia, who was and Superstar on the opening map. If he could find 1 or 2 Deagle headshots to
Oh,
start this round with, that
small
would be
food coma now, chat.
probably quite a big problem for the Denmark
Oh,
side
yeah,
of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
There's nobody down below defending, so if they keep going like this, finally, Wakadia has shown up. But now the Deagle is maybe not the best weapon for this range.
Clever for Finland to make Sweden
the
pay
timing
for
on that
next
one.
year's show. True.
Okay. Stair's going to get it anyway. Then we saw Hooksy.
I actually think they win.
With the Max 10. Jota still going to.
I mean, they are favorites to win.
Disaster strikes. That could have
But
been
I just because of the song and how catchy it is, etc. I think they're gonna win.
Knocked out by Util on this lower side. So once again,
I generally believe they win.
finding their way fairly quickly and efficiently.
Maybe I should watch
onto a
Eurovision
bomb
tonight.
plant,
I
at
haven't
which point
I haven't looked
Aurora
at that
have
in a
zero
long time.
options.
Yeah. Being hit by the Hooksy 360. That's a
Oh,
that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt the confidence.
And I like the financial discipline here from Astralis Sanders so far. Just making sure they don't appear on a Caleb Hammer video sometime in the near future.
True. Who wants financial stability, like, you know, responsibility? It's boring, isn't it? Okay. Momentary truce. Oh, but as he turns around, Stown.
Oh, man.
That's
Okay.
the downside of reacting to the crowd. Yeah, you cursed them, Dan. Why are you doing that?
Okay, well, maybe there is a future on a certain YouTube channel then for Hooksy.
Get the kill. Honestly, not bad. Trying to make it a bit more expensive, get rid of a little bit of the armor. It's not bad. But for Astralis as well, like you said, they end up losing quite a few rifles. Well, we're done with the pleasantries. This next round is going to be critical. There's a taste of what Aurora will look like once they have rifles. They got the AWP and Woxic, and that is in itself something I'm really curious about. Also, Hooksy with the MP9. How fast is he going to be here? Oh, he's running. There's no slowing this one down. He wants the entry. Major and Bacardia, they just slow it all down. Didn't even throw the grenades, just the M4 out and ready. A 5 versus 2 in this one. I do love the call for Astralis, but Aurora was so ready. And you know what? I'm going to steal a point for Maui, but I will give him credit for it. Something that I've heard him say many times. Sometimes just having the rifle out is the best thing you can do. Like, just being ready to fight is actually so important. Look, a lot of times you see people losing fights because they're like doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a million things happening, but gone out ready.
And for Astralis, definitely an anticlimactic one, just edging into Woxic, crosshair. And Stare will find himself.
People watching Eurovision has a special place on my block list. It's at the top.
Okay,
Oh
well,
my lord.
That was a fast one, and
God damn it.
it's not too.
Or I think we will win this match. I mean,
see that if you're carrying
Astralis' best chance to make it,
not an
like,
unlikely
they have to win
run,
nuke.
so.
Of course, I mean, they're down 1-0, but
There's something really unsettling about hearing you say
I see them as more favorite on you
Oh yeah.
than Mirage. So if they took away
happening.
Mirage,
You're not wrong.
could have been completely different in my books.
It's pretty violent. It's an AWP to the face. I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah, that will ruin your day. Woxic ready to take the fight device. He is going to swing. Oh, the timing is. Yeah, he saw him. He saw the tip of the gun there. Unfortunate timing for Woxic. And Bacardia now thinking about what does he want to do. He's going to get smoked off, so that choice is going to be taken away from him. Oh, yeah. For just 1 second, I think he thought about it. Don't let Device get another kill. Centaurus moved into position, but Hooksy, even if he dies, at least it's the early warning to stop Device from getting sprayed down. Jota, giant off angle here that actually Yabi is going to be peeking. He gets the headshot and keeps on running. Oh, they traded places once again. Bacardia.
Oh, he didn't even check.
He actually doesn't. Now he's going to spot it out, but he can't quite find the AWP yet. Device creeps into
Oh, okay.
Bacardia might have been better off waiting there. Like, it's an easy thing to say in retrospect. Major sprays down one, and he's ready for this 2v2. This is an absurd round already.
Yeah, it's resetting into the 2v2 indeed, where there's only 40 seconds left, so not a huge amount of
doesn't
options
look
here.
like he heard it.
Outside, Major repositioning top of hut.
I don't know if he heard the burn. I don't know if Major realized that Stown pushed in front. It might not make a difference here, but oh, he's looking for it. Great positioning. Is Stown right down below. Major's in trouble, and he gets killed without even a
Oh
chance
no, he
to turn
smokes,
around.
man.
I think
Oh yeah, Device has the
didn't
bomb,
quite
bro.
realize that he
Ah,
was
that's
running
why.
through. Centaurus sneaking up onto the high ground. We got 20 seconds.
Oh, the
Stown's already
timing.
made his escape. They have a smoke as well, Dan. I mean, if they know where he's coming from, this is such a strong position for Astralis to be in.
Yeah, and at this point, Xantares can truly be anywhere. And especially with the money that
Damn.
Aurora have. Xantares would love to find a way to go for this one. And he also is expecting that anything could be possible. Is there some sort of lurk anywhere? He's checking absolutely everything, and he doesn't have time to do that.
Yeah.
He has a kit, but still.
I think for him, this kind of clutch hinges on whether or not he can find an early kill. If there had been a lurk out here, like you said, and if he finds that
Gets
kill,
an
then he
up
probably
done.
goes for the 1v1. But because that opportunity is never there for him, he just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to risk it all. Picks up the AWP, makes a run for it. 4-1 for Huge conversion on that one. I don't know. A lot of engagements in this round that could have gone another way. Wakadia's flank. Madja up on the hut, getting shot.
Nice
at the back.
round,
I mean, it's just a lot of things could have gone different.
By
It's
Astralis.
painful because the reset is really real for the CTs there. They only went around quite recently. They do still have enough money, especially with the saved AWP, to create a very dangerous round. But if Astralis were to find a way to win this round as well, then the real momentum begins and Aurora start to get into quite the hole. So this really is a must-win round. We'll see what Aurora decide to do to open it up. And Astralis timeout, which I actually think this is a great spot for a timeout, to be honest, because the game is going their way at the moment.
Yeah,
it's still pretty early, and we just talked about how important this round is.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a nice way to, if you have any sense that the team is kind of running away with itself a bit, there's like too many nerves on that side, just slow it down. Don't make any silly mistakes going into this one. Not a lot of money, but with the saved AWP and the rest of it here for Aurora, it's not really a bad buy at all. So they are still dangerous. Round number 6 coming up.
Chris, I bought some nice stuff on Traders. Is it a good side maker for rigging my name?
They blow open the squeak door, and they actually do put a little bit of pressure on it as well.
Not rigging.
Gonna fight them.
Oh shit! Okay, Voxic, I saw one.
Sounding off
like a pixel maybe.
From the ramp position,
paid chat there.
Find anyone with it.
Yeah, Sweetness and like I appreciate it, buddy. Are you gonna pay me now with a 5 gifted or that was the deal, right? Or
outside from there, but still, it just gives I think Astralis a better sense of the early setup from Aurora's side, and they are swapping players around.
I thought that was the deal, no?
To see anything. Sister can go down by himself.
Yes, sir.
Aurora have to respect this. Xantares, the man to cover for it. That early smoke. In the meantime, Astralis looking to get through into this ramp.
Bevo, or was it Nene? I don't know. Bevo, I know Bevo's here. Bevo, were you the person that tried to help me out with my 7 team emotes on OBS chat or no?
Huxley's position is going to be very interesting here. If you can find a kill outside,
but you weren't supposed to. Oh shit! Fuck!
Because it might fuck! Some sort of mini split like the one that Maui was talking about. But Stair is down here looking. I mean,
remove the vault, remove the clips, remove everything.
They could still
because Nana. Okay.
There's nothing is guaranteed right now. Astralis are keeping all of their options open.
But it's so annoying. It doesn't work.
Swung into it. Down ends up going down, and the bomb.
That was like the best kill Voxy could have taken. And I got him.
Calling it before they even get there. Such a sick hold. And with 20 seconds here, if Yabi dies with the bomb, the round is over, and he certainly will. Cardia ends up getting traded out, but Huxley spray. That was a big opportunity. And he's not ready for it.
How was like all of those bullets whiffs? Really?
I know you want to add bayonets.
Really?
True.
You've mentioned that a couple times.
We already have them. We just need to put them at the end of the guns.
That's true. That's true.
But this was honestly right away Ottawa to the end. Not necessarily a bad call for Astralis, but I think the forward
not seeing any emotes and work. No.
It's such a strong.
And I do have it in Chrome. I do have it, you know, added to everything. Yeah. It doesn't work. I don't know why. So like I have to sometimes go into the browser. Ever since you fixed it, it worked for like a week and then it disappeared again.
Cardia testing the door. There's a wall of smokes.
They still
just the pistols ultimately. Huxley with the Galildo.
It is interesting to see if so many teams show that triple cross.
Figure it out.
Santara is here, realizing that there's a lot of people on the other side. Probably not worth it.
I mean, if he does get the timing on Riccardi, it would be amazing, you know.
The quick flick though, is there a trade? There is. Huxley takes it, but 3v4 still. And Jota's going to make his way down. Do they have any way to plant? They do have a smoke.
Yeah, they could. Especially if they could find Jota. Might as well fight him. Yeah, Hooksy knows he's out in the open. And Jota needs to disengage. You've got the advantage right now. You don't really need to die.
Double
dinks,
though.
He did that a lot on the opening map, and it really cost him. So it's nice to see him not really go into that battle, because there's nothing to win. All you can do is give back the advantage to Astralis if you go for the fight. And as long as he's alive, he's a problem for the Danish side here. There's a wide swing, 30 seconds, a 2 versus 4. Now, Astralis won a round like this one on Mirage. They should not be able to win another one here. Nice grenade.
Oh, nice. Could have worked. You said on Discord, right, how to fix it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Player from the Swiss stage.
Yeah.
Looks totally different. And I felt like he was kind of sleepy in the Swiss stage, but
I'm gonna look through it again.
First stage match, big performance. So far in this game, big performance. Not missing the shots, hitting the key, and hard flick shots.
I agree.
Stepping up for the team.
Another one of these AWP players that came booming onto the scene and then very much disappeared and has had to rebuild his career. This time with an all-Turkish lineup, but I must say, I think it's so hard to do, maybe especially for AWP players, maybe especially for AWP players in CS2, because a lot of them just don't like it, but
yep.
Woxic's done tremendous work. Just pistols on the Astralis side.
How much we've been riding a lot here.
What an opportunity right here for Aurora to actually build strong money. They've already got some of the back, but if they don't lose anyone, which they shouldn't lose too many, it's not bad.
And there we go, 1 player dead. And so the round gets weaker for Astralis. Oh, able to catch a timing though, but still, Woxic just making the correct moves. Can't punish him if he runs away. Jota taking one down in the meantime. Oh, Woxic with another whiff, and Device picks that one up, but they can't recover the AWP. They cannot close the distance. In comes Jota, and there goes Astralis.
Yeah,
blocks dealt with.
It's fine. They can pick up the AWP as well.
I don't even fucking have.
I think they're going to be all right with it. I don't really mind.
What the
Bit
fuck?
Stressful for Woxic, but
I don't even see it on OBS at all.
Another time
What
I've been
the
used.
hell?
I do want to highlight, and maybe it's more an open question because I truly
Maybe
don't
that's why it
understand
doesn't
myself,
work, but still.
as far as I can tell, every team in the world right now, when they smoke off, they throw the waterfall smoke onto the mini position, and then they throw two more smokes that
How the
cross
fuck do I
over
add
towards the
Twitch
garage.
chat
That's
add-on?
every team. The only one that doesn't, that I've seen, is FaZe. For some reason, FaZe, they throw 2 smokes that are in a straight line from mini, and that's like just their own thing at the moment. I'm just very interested. I've tried to look through and find demos where I could do something else, and I mean, I guess using 3 smokes outside, it does almost feel like the waterfall smoke in that case is like a bit redundant. You're just doing almost more than you
I hope
need
I
to,
doesn't
so
break anything. I'm
maybe
gonna
FaZe are in
look
the
at
meta,
something
maybe
here now.
I'm missing something completely.
Tweet at Anders.
Yeah, give me a good answer. I'm not smart enough to figure it out.
Well, 4 rifles, and there's really not a lot here for Astralis, even in the util camp. They've got 2 smokes left after throwing their wall of smokes. And we do get a little connection there onto Device.
Okay.
Small bit of damage.
We can maybe do it between the games because I'm gonna have a
swing round that Maui is bringing up where they might try and attack in towards mini. Oh, it's
no. Now it's just Twitch.
But still working out for Aurora as they trade favorably.
2 for 2. Oh.
Taken down on top of the container. Device and Hooksy. Yeah, that's not a fight you want to take. You're gonna have to get back off of that one. Unfortunately, also that's the bomb that is slightly trapped out here. I don't know really what the plan was going to be. It seemed like they did want to just jump through and fight towards hell there, but they just got shut down really hard.
And another issue for Device, I mean, he heard the reload up there, so he knows someone's up there or could be near, so he can't really move. And now there's been so much time that's passed.
Why didn't he reload?
He
No
can
idea,
longer
man.
even get out towards T-spawn.
Sorry, I was stuffing my face with a burger. Holy shit. Oh, that's the round over.
Okay, well that's it.
You probably couldn't see him because of the sun. He was...
It's possible. The after image, after burn, Hooksy in, trying to find a headshot onto Jota. Oh, not able to get that done though. Some extra damage would have been nice because right now it feels like Aurora are...
Could have been a kill at least.
So comfortable. They're just out there on the deck chairs, leaning
Is
back,
DDK
full recline.
commenting alongside Anders? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Had JDM try to do that in a tournament.
That's right. Yeah, the BTT and extension in OBS.
That's right.
Well, Centaurus shaking his head. I don't know why. They're doing a fine job. 5-4. Money again limited on the Astralis side. Honestly, from a slightly weird start here on Nuke, I must say they're recovering this game super well.
Where can I find it? It's on the docks, right? No, it's on the... Where is it? See?
It's down with a leg and a grenade falling over. All right, he could have
apparently I don't have it.
Not happen.
Extension.
Some shots coming through the smoke here, but there's no reason to risk a lot. If you're Aurora, you just stay far back, play grouped up, play for the trades. You know you're going to be able to get the round by like that. A couple of good shots here. And the rest of Astralis hoping for a bomb plant down below. Could be catching Mercadia, but I mean, honestly, in that scenario, you're happy to get a kill.
I mean, I had the extension on...
a blessing if they can get this bomb planted. Smoke will help that, though.
On, what's
some
it
extra
called?
cash secured into the next round. He's still looking for a 1v1. Who's going to take the fights? Or even have the timing? Well, there's a reload, so now they know precisely where he is, and his teammates there as well. They try to play the...
On the browser, though.
Bait game to double up on that stairs position. And, oh man, Aurora have dodged basically everything at this point, and they have closed the distance, and now they go in for the kill. Hooksy finding it with the Tech 9, though. Imagine now, can he also get a kill here? Yes, finally, kills coming in. Just enough time for the defense.
Could have been something.
There. If we manage to get another kill,
yeah, DDK was in Valorant for a while. 100 Thieves, etc. like that. He was casting for quite a while, actually.
I'm getting really worried. It's a good job that they went for the defuse while that battle was still happening, just to... because that put a lot of pressure on Astralis. But obviously much closer than it should have been. I kind of agree. The last 2 rounds of the half is coming up now. See how this one plays out.
Cloud9.
Astralis,
Oh, okay.
4 rounds I don't think is quite enough on the T side of Nuke. I think you're going to have to get up to about 5 or 6 to really start to feel good. Major, by the way, leading.
Can you write it on Discord general, Brian, so I can see it? And I can copy on the main PC and then I can... Oh, okay.
Yabi goes down, but he did get the opening shot onto Woxic, and now the dive down. Stown has already made its way past. There's nobody else down there from the CT side. Oh, okay. We are in the semifinals. Opting to try and get the knife kill. Not that it wouldn't have been cool, but don't overplay your hand either.
Yeah, in general.
And Device looking for
would be at least appreciated.
There's your information, Xantaurus.
Oh, Jota.
Needs to get both kills. How many behind?
Jota.
Great performance there from him. 2 versus 2 now after that. And a minute to play with, but the key factor is the bomb has been lost at Jota's feet.
Device is dead.
Adding another kill to the tally. Oh my goodness, down.
Oh no.
Just destroying everyone. He's almost max money, Yanders. He's got $14,000.
That is a 2 versus 4 there. Jota holding the ramp. Probably one of the most hated positions for people to play on the CT side. Nobody really wants to do it, because a lot of the time you're just, you know, running away, and then you're trying to retake the bomb site while everyone's dead. It's not fun at all. And Jota was very criticized by the desk, and I think absolutely rightly so. Not a good performance from him on the opening map, but he stepped it up here, and I think you can see it in every micro moment. Whenever Jota now goes down below to fight, whenever the Astralis are trying to plant
wasn't DDK and Sean Garris like the casting duo for a while, then he joined 100 Thieves. DDK became GM of 100 Thieves, and Sean Garris the coach. And then...
7-4. Astralis.
Who left first? I think it was Sean who left first. And then he went back to like full-time streaming his Shopify Rebels now.
That wasn't the issue.
Yeah.
Casting sometimes he doesn't get that much offer because he full-time streams, I think.
No AWP
and then DDK left. And then I don't know what happened. He did spam a lot of content on Twitter, I know, and YouTube, but I don't know how it went though.
Antares is out there now. He's playing deathmatch, finding the kill up high on top.
Yeah, I know that they didn't leave at the same time. That's what I remember.
Wrapping around this outside smoke.
I'm happy to see
like some
Dan back.
Character, villain, and he's in the back now. Takes down Device.
I mean, yes, Astralis has 4 rounds, but it's been quite a lot of lackluster so far last couple of rounds.
Again.
It's a good thing you bring up. They've really not been scared of fighting Astralis out of this yard. They're so confident right now, the Turks. Beautiful to watch. Yeah,
oh!
That's a headshot if I've ever seen one. Madja, no idea what hit him. Not even sure if he could even react in time. The bomb is on Hooksy, and he's going to go plant it, I think, down below. Yeah, he's doing that right now. So Yabi is just frozen in time. A 5th round here would be everything to Astralis. Yabi's going to call it out. They think it might... Oh, maybe they don't. I think they might have realized now it is the V bomb site. Centaurus being held for a while, but now it's on Hooksy to try and clutch it. The captain of the team, Centaurus, is there trying to bait him into a bit of a fight. Oh, that's a nice headshot. Comes back in. He's not ready for Jutter, unfortunately. Aurora, you can see what it means to Madja. His hair and his hands in the air, just ready to go for that one. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
That was a close one.
He was selling me on that one. Getting the kill against Centaurus there was beautiful. But Centaurus bought enough time for the assistance to come in.
Yeah.
Not allowing Hooksy
Thank you,
a
Brian.
chance.
Somewhat, I guess it's been happening a lot, I think, in the first half here, where it's been just a lot of trade frags as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of room for Astralis to kind of roll an early kill into something else. They just fight so hard.
Black
That round was totally just...
I remember that fucking meme for a while.
Until Yabi came in with 2 headshots out of nowhere on very low health, and then he picked up the info on one of the 2 players that was left in the hut, or rather the lobby position. So it really does feel like Astralis, even on map 1-2, they need individual moments, and then they build off of the mid rounds when some individual or other kind of pops off, gets a couple kills out of a crazy scenario. And that is generally where we're seeing Astralis find success.
Yeah.
But they're not finding the success off of really getting into good positions, off of their defaults, off of their strats quite as much right now. And that's never a good spot to be in. Especially when you're against Aurora and they have all the individuals firing off.
They have so much to prove, Aurora. Their world ranking demands better results than what they've got so far. The semi-final, but they are actually very close to hitting the grand final here.
How nice of it to have the
Astana.
sponsors
We've got
low
Smoke,
tier
we've got
team
the
in
Molotov as
CS,
well onto
Kappa.
Madja. We'll see what they end up doing with it. Hooksy. Similar thing as in the first pistol, just get a kill here, but don't overplay your hand. And Hooksy understands exactly that. No reason to stick around. You might just be re-peeking into a P250. Stown gonna fall down below. Shooting out the window, so they know that he's here. And just looking for the cross. They're not gonna be slow at all. Oh, they're actually putting on some speed. Running in the control room with 3 people. A horde of Glocks coming here towards the dualies. Device will get the one, but the trades are not bad. The bomb is already planted. Centaurus ready to get some more. He's running out of bullets.
Oh, okay.
Manages to spin around and
Damn.
it's Astralis to
What a chaotic fucking fights there, no? Also, Device getting stuck in the door, like in a corner.
Maybe we'll catch that one. But yeah, Astralis, I mean, winning the pistol is a must. They won the pistol in the first half. You might not believe it based on, you know, if you had just tuned in towards the end of it, because Aurora had all the momentum, but they did win that initial first half pistol. Now they win the second one, and they just have to ensure that they don't
just get in their face
on the following round. If they
get in their faces!
In this game of Nuke. And Aurora, I mean, they're going to have some money. They're going to have, I think I saw an AK going into this one.
What a fucking chaotic round, man.
He's 14-6. I love it. Not going to be too aggressive at the start of it. But yeah, the way that he's been playing, I think it's a good gamble. Could see them set up for some of the early utility here. Molotov to land on top of the hut, but no one is really playing there. I guess the interesting thing is that they have one from to the back of the site. Would put a little bit more pressure on. They've already thrown it out. Nice enough grenade here defensively. Stown getting run for the smoke. Hooksy. That smoke timing is very good, and that actually is going to send Aurora back.
Into Yabi, perhaps. Waiting in the corner with the MP9.
Yes, and pretty fast, you know.
MP9 delivers the first one against Centaurus. There it is, multiple kills. Ricardo finally trained.
I mean, he was no head cap. That's why I got insta. Sometimes I feel like as aimbot is harmful, sometimes you feel the same. What do you mean? Ice.
Comes in with the finishing kills. And Charlotte, they avoid
what do you mean?
Loss if they had lost that round. So the ship right now is steering clear of any icebergs.
Yeah, but it's a long way to find any kind of safe harbor at the moment, I think. Oh, nice timing for Stan. All right, he did see the first jump there. But you're not wrong. If they would have lost this round, I mean, that could have been the beginning of the end for Astralis. Picking it up and potentially getting themselves now a little bit more fired up. Okay, you can hear. They are excited about this. No immediate rush, but it might be on to Mini if they can get there. Oh, all right. They weren't quite doing it. I love a good Mini rush myself, especially if you know how to slide off the building. But they're slowing it down.
Huh, that was scary.
Good opening pick up there. A few more
Sometimes it feels like it would be better if I just went straight to the game without warming up, or bots were playing them instead of aimbots.
There we go. There we go.
I mean, deathmatch is always the best one overall, I would say, because then people move around and then you get a better understanding of it there. You know?
That the storm is still there, and we're about to experience it now coming into this next round.
Things are going to be a lot more real quick for Astralis here, especially
counterproductive.
if we can get some of the early guns really working.
Warming up is for nerds.
Just a one-round lead.
She's just coming in there, man.
4 AKs, 1 AWP on
Was that
it's a very open game, to be honest. I'm not really sure
if
we
can this one?
Deep nade lands on Woxic. And Stown wants to be aggressive. He's going to be flashed in. Could see device. He's already thrown the flashbang now. Really wide swing, and it catches Taris. He knew something was going to be happening. Jotas.
Oh, he's trying there.
Down there. Doesn't take too much damage for it either. And they're looking to see if they can punish Stown. They want to get him before he escapes. They know he's still out here somewhere, but not really sure. Jota not paying attention.
Oh, Voxic. Voxic was not paying attention.
Unfortunately, they had to kill, or he had to kill 3 of their teammates.
Did I hear a viewer game, or was that tripping? I haven't seen any viewer game. No.
Of the same round when we saw, Astralis' first T-gun round, they just got demolished. But and again, it's Madja. It's got Ricardio with him as well. It's got to come down to these individual finds now.
Maybe.
The great thing if you're playing the CT side of Nuke is that you can hold pretty tight to your rotations. You don't have to move very much. Get between the sides pretty quick. Madja making his way through Squeaky. Ricardia might find a timing that might be possible.
I mean, the bomb is up by Squeak, right? So this is going to be a very hard round to win, and the positioning there for Stem, I think, just nullifies any chances.
Clean.
Great work, honestly. And I think Astralis, to some extent, showing us too that in a round like this one, where there could have been a lot more movement for the CT side, just playing it slowly, not making the mistakes.
Yes.
All right.
I was tripping.
It's so cool to hear that here in Astana.
I won against Fierce and refused to summon profile such a noob.
And suddenly it feels
you probably
like all
deserve
the
it.
sins for Astralis have been washed away. Now they've managed to get to this point, have a good economy, and they're putting Aurora now through the paces on this T side.
Yeah, and I guess the question becomes now for Madja, how do you have a couple of good calls here? Again, we got the Hero AK picked up now. Sort of
when you were early in the pro scene, did you also have the fist bump run, or is this a new meta? It started after a while.
I'd put some money on that.
Don't you know who Charlie is?
If I had the opportunity, so.
Oh yeah!
Early smoke goes down towards the yard. Incendiary was going to try and stop the normal smoke wall there. That's the CT side hoping to block that. I don't know if it blocked one of them. Maybe it did. There is at least a giant gap here, but it's Centaurus in the yard. Let's see how he's going to be playing it. Just waiting for a reaction, but there is actually nobody out here. Finally, it's going to be the AWP showing up, clicking away. Oh, it's actually Jota to hit it, but still very well played.
Why did it do it when losing a round? Is this a mental thing? It's a mental thing.
He's got Stown as well, and look at this bait. Just setting it up. If you peek, if you wide swing, you used to go right into the AK. Very well played. Astralis going to be up at 9 here, and they don't lose.
Staven is playing much better than last match, so that's good.
I mean, firstly,
it's fun, he's always fun.
The lineup for this
it's a mental thing, so do like this here.
That's great. But I also love how
getting the
these,
energy
events and
flowing.
the
Everyone's
stairs
getting
where
you know, hyped
you've
up a little
got-
bit more, and then when a
the
nice run
event's
comes
going
in,
for-
you know,
for
everyone
reload,
is
and then the
like,
Trey frag is gonna start
yeah.
fighting me. But instead of reloading, he just pulls the pistol out. So you're still fighting two people, but you're switching targets. So, you know, I love that level of detail there. 9-8, and we get the AKs back out again for Aurora. And what we had from Astralis on that last gun round was that Aurora played.
No, I have no idea who that
aggressive
is.
outside movement. I don't think we're going to see that again.
I guess they got a better breakfast today. True.
Some teams do it.
I mean,
I'll put the question to you. Do you expect that, Anders? Do you think Astralis will go aggressive?
This is actually me every fucking day.
I doubt it. I feel like they don't also have to do that. Also, you've got the AKs and everything else. Like you can take some of those longer fights.
That is me
What I would love to
every
see
fucking
is for
day.
Aurora to try and steal a page out of Mouse playbook on Nuke, where you set up the wall of smokes, but you actually flash and grenade your way through it and fight towards CT spawn and try and make the wrap around. I think that's something that they haven't really done yet, and I think maybe Astralis won't quite be ready for it either. Smoke wall is up. Incendiary to try and stop anyone from crossing, and then probably in a second or two, there could be an HE as well, but no, he's just going to try for the spray down it. Actually have the HEs either, which is a bit disappointing, I guess. So, Magia's made his way down. That's a victory of sorts.
And no one from Astralis has actually rotated down. Just say, okay, stairs going down from ramp.
Main split.
Mini, and that's a great defense from Yabi, and Stown there as well. Stown activated from the garage position, but the trades are good here from Aurora.
Yeah, Stown needed to get that
Hooks
kill.
is alive, though.
Opportunity as well. 3-3, Aurora. This is a critical round. They have no more money. Losing this one, Astralis might be well on their way to actually winning the map, but then you'd be on train.
Device, don't do like that's good.
Wakadia gets dropped. Device has only got 7 kills, but that one's important.
Oh, no.
Hold on a minute. Yes, there from the high ground. Very nearly getting the double spray down. Recommitting into it. And the timing could not have been any better. Astralis climbing their way back into
slope
this
yet?
game. It was a very slow start here,
Not outside. When the weather's getting better. No, I haven't.
Across their faces.
And this is what I
no.
no. I mean, I've been having a drink with him.
Unfortunately for Aurora, they're in a bit of trouble here. 10-8 is going to be the scoreline. No bomb plant. Money is questionable. And I even forgot about it, but the fact that Train is the final map is...
It's huge.
That's an issue.
And the amazing thing is, Astralis didn't really move people from the up.
Come on now, dog. Got my ballast today. Dragon Lord coming soon. Oh yeah, Tulika. I got a message yesterday around like 7 or something. They said they fixed it.
It's a Galil. My bad. It's a Galil. Still, the Galil can be dangerous. But Astralis feeling it for sure.
Big gap in the smoke, and I think it's because of the same thing. It's the incendiary. No one's watching it. It's down. Oh, he does hear the crowd a little bit, and he wants to punish it, but not enough damage here. Device, easy shot onto Magia, and they can probably guess what's going on now. Yeah, they're going to be rotating people.
Brian, no, I need to restart and shit like that.
Missed their opportunity. If they really
so I'm not gonna do anything.
Might have been just time to run and really see if we get the job done. Stown is playing such an excellent game right here. Up to 19 kills, lands a couple of headshots.
I will potentially do after the game, if there goes to 3 maps, which it looks likely, because it's gonna be a break. Because
have done such a good job on this nuke.
The next game starts at 4, so we have time to do it when I can
good reads.
Really restart the stream, you know.
Good positioning off of the reads.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Trying to apply the smoke, but so telegraphed. And there's no way to punish Woxic. Can he get some extra damage in here? Anything. Blake is good there. 3 more players to find with 20 seconds. Not looking.
It's too hard for you, Woxic.
Possible. Device holds it down. And Astralis again going from strength to strength here on Nuke after what felt like such a difficult and a painstaking map. They finally found some footing.
It really is worlds apart from the other version of Astralis that we're unfortunately very used to seeing, but this one, not a lot of mistakes in these rounds. They're keeping it real cool. Timeout called for Aurora as the Astana crowd are chanting Astralis.
This is for Marcus, by the way.
They're 2 rounds away, Dan. Train.
Is English playing?
Distance.
I've only ever been to events where the audience and the players
Again,
face
the
each
sheer level
other.
of heartbreak
Surely
for
having them
Aurora if they end
behind
up
you and
losing the
facing the
series,
opponent must
which,
affect them somehow.
again, it's some, you know, they won the first map, so that's good, but still, I don't know how solid they look right now.
Well, we'll see if they can get there. This game has certainly been unpredictable so far.
I'm trying
The first
to,
map extremely close. Woxy
say-
back on the AWP. Aurora looking to have some outside presence once again. You've got obviously the wall of smokes.
Delayed this time. Delayed to not hit the incendiary. So Aurora are learning some of the tricks. That's nice to see.
Oh, hello. Where'd that go?
Oh, behind it? Oh, yeah. I mean,
Xantaris down.
it's the that PGL has they do a lot of production for international, so they try to have it similar as much as possible.
Just yet.
On a normal weekday, maybe once every second day, depending.
It's a really weird fact that sometimes you can get down almost too early. And
Sometimes
you can't really do much
every
with that
weekday.
position, because if the
One,
window
but
isn't
only
broken-
one. I don't drink more than that.
yeah,
And I
want
only
to
drink when it's like
through the boxes
noon.
there.
If I'm tired and want to feel
So
like
he's down there,
energized.
but all he's done right now is throw a Molotov just to try and force someone to rotate, but I don't think Astralis are buying this.
They did this the same time previously, and Astralis didn't buy it that time, and they crushed around. Aurora went upper, and they got destroyed through mini. Are they giving us a different look here?
I don't think so. I think they're going for mini again. The bomb is on the other side by the squeak door. Jota wants to come through. Waiting to run, but Stalin is there holding it, and now the smoke goes up to stop the bomb once again. The timing is crazy for Astralis. They've
That
locked him out of this
smoke,
one.
though.
We're down to 20 seconds.
And the
It's gonna be another 10
smoke,
seconds
though.
before that
Oh,
smoke
no.
even fades. Hooksy catching them as they run through. It's an easy kill onto Madja, and we're down to just 15 seconds here. The trades are in. Woxy
Oh!
goes down. Astralis,
All right.
they've read the whole round. They did not buy the fake down below, and the timing there for the smoke, and also obviously the smoke being
I
held.
know
as
Berlin
Jota
was like that
trying
as
to
well.
throw.
Yeah.
What a round.
So I don't know, really. Like,
Truly, it's actually so sick that...
I think I've owned. No, I've played with like a one of those like boxing ring setup. I've been doing like that. Marcus not even spamming the Astralis flag here now. I even added him for him.
And putting themselves into a chance of getting into the grand final here at PGL Astana. What a comeback for the Org. Oh no, absolute catastrophe. Xantaris
Wait, what?
falling off the side.
You
That's
wait.
terrifying.
Forgot to buy the parachute. 4 versus 5.
Oh, lower is
That
clear.
was going to be a much quicker
The
play.
problem is the bomb is
It
in
doesn't
lobby.
jump, right? You just have to
I'm
run
trying to marinate
across, like,
chicken
you don't
over here.
actually need to jump to make that leap. So, but when you do it and you get shot, it's not the first time that we've seen it. What a miserable way to get dropped and possibly pushed onto a third map here.
So
4-on-5.
trains up.
A minute on the clock. And
Potentially,
Hooksy,
yeah.
look at what he's doing. It's a late lobby crunch. That's something
It's
that
that-
Astralis have
no,
not
it's not
done
the
throughout
bomb.
the entire half here. And they do it in a round where they already have a man lead. There's no
I
way
think they
for
saw the
Aurora to read it.
bomb.
Oh, what a call for Hooksy.
Oh.
Nice flick onto Madja. I don't think Aurora have any more energy left to play on Nuke right now. Low on health, walks in,
There's the
shut
bomb.
down,
GG. We're going to train,
to
chat.
get us onto a third map on train. I really can't believe it.
We're going to
On
train.
stage, it is incredible
Oh, there it is.
to see. I mean, there's been so much of the story of just Nuke where it felt like Astralis were just done, where the energy was being sucked away from them, where they had to continually find their way back into a solution. And they managed to do it with complete
Nice
composure.
for
And it is truly
pyramid.
astounding based
Mark.
on what we've seen.
Wait, Lord Wallace Duckathon actually answered that way? When you actually get away with the pyramid? Oh, shit. I didn't know that, actually. That's pretty cool.
I won't play window anymore.
I won't play window anymore. No, I need to restart, I think, The OBS to make it work.
12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved.
Oh no, wait. No, wait. Did I fuck that up? Where's my shot?
Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.
I accidentally clicked down. Chatteringen. Ruined my big pain pyramid like that. See you later, boys. See you later. Catch you later on the flip side. Bye. Clean your PCs.
The games have really delivered here in Astana, so of course we're going the distance. Astralis taking their map pick of Nuke, and now to talk about it on the desk. I mean, it's what we wanted, right? This is exactly what we're here for. The fans are loving it. So many Astralis fans, and what's been happening, for those at home that maybe didn't notice while you're watching the game, the Spirit fans are starting to turn up now, and guess what? You're going to be waiting in your seats for a little bit longer.
I just raised my PC out of the shower.
Here today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Really?
especially after the first half, it did feel like, you know, they were running out of steam. They really didn't get the game plan together. That CD side was a wall, and I just
That would be something, right?
There was, I think, maybe apart from a couple of close-ish rounds, it never felt like Aurora ever had an in on their T side.
Indomitable. That's the defense that Stown actually showed up with here.
Yeah.
His outside yard antics were so difficult.
Question for
Aurora to
Boomer
understand,
Demons
to
Craft.
contain.
Red
I love
Lemonade
how active Astralis were on their defense. This is
or
really,
Red Line?
sometimes you
I mean,
say,
if it's a
oh,
Boomer,
it's
it's
a game of
Red
two
Line.
halves. This was a game of one half, because when Astralis put up a defense like that, it doesn't even matter what they do on their offensive campaign.
And I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed from the
it was a shit show yesterday.
We predicted Nuke possibly being a pick coming in from Astralis. That T side was tepid at best. We didn't see anything cool coming out, not even some any convincing pop executes, no real abuse in the rotations, no real fakes coming in. Kind of just relying on the individuals to kind of pop off and maybe, you know, get a few kills and get lucky.
I'd argue they tried to. I'd argue they tried to throw a spanner in the works. I'd argue they tried to throw a little bit of misdirection, but Astralis were so active in taking information.
That's what I want to say. The reads.
The layers, but that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, but the more you can see Astralis kind of coming back, that's just unfortunate for Zantaris. Happened to the best of us, buddy. But I agree that Astralis were being aggressive in your face. It's just the fact that it felt like at the very end, Aurora, they kind of started cowering down and ran out of ideas, or rather, they just lost confidence, it felt like, because the final few rounds was complete slaughter from the Danish side.
And look, I have to say,
But it was fun.
You know, he's going to pop up on the screen.
It was lovely to hang out a little bit.
He's not been the star player ever since he's like joined. I want to make this abundantly clear. But what I've found here is he will have the odd map. He's had the odd map. He's had some stinkers, ones to forget, but he keeps on trucking. He keeps on going. Hooksy the man to motivate him. And this, by the way, is what he should be doing every game. This is what he used to do in Heroic.
And just look at the CT side. Just look at the, you know, where he's getting all these kills. Obviously, we touch upon how he was just a monster outside, being aggressive. Again, Hooksy utilizing what he has, but he's playing a very pivotal position where he's being very dynamic. You look at the lower bomb side from Vents, where he's just moving around, making sure there's no entry path rather for Aurora. Could be towards outside, could be coming down Vents towards lower. He was everywhere.
Yep. One thing to look out for in these highlights is I'd make the case that of teams that are around the top 10, for being a star player, Stound's
But it was nostalgic to play Dota 1 yesterday, though. That was a complete shit show, though.
Like, he's getting easy kills. He gets a lot of kills where it's just people are going into his crosshair. He doesn't have to flick. Like, how many of these are really sick one-taps? Answer is practically none of them. He's just got really good positioning, and oftentimes he's shooting people in the side of the head. He couldn't make his own life all that much easier.
You might not remember a stun kill, but you
I mean, a red line is the most boomer one, though. Like a red laminate. I think Exist was the only one in the old NIP who used that one. Me and Adam used Redline, Patrick as well. What the fuck did Fifth Line use? I don't even remember what Fifth Line used.
Together. You know, we've talked a lot about Stabby, you know, the joke, the pairing, you know, Yami and Stound, obviously $1 million each, coming to the org, finding themselves under Cadian, the IGL. They essentially did everything they could to get away from, and then, like Thanos, he's just inevitable. You will just have to play with him again for some reason. And then, obviously, they've had all of that distraction, all of that drama, all of that pressure, the price tag insane. And then, look, Yabi's had a pretty poor tournament. He's had an off tournament. He's usually Mr. Consistent, I'd say. Stairs' step up here is ridiculous. And people at home need to understand, if you're going back and look at his output in previous
Let's play without sound.
It's never been like this, especially not in these circumstances.
But me and Jonas started ghosting against each other. But yeah, I didn't play with any sound at all. Is Blue Laminate the oldest of the laminate designs? I think it's the red one, right? I think it was the red one. Now when I think about it.
Comfort zone is not happy with roles he's playing, or you adapt and thrive. And I feel like I've always been praising him despite, you know, when Cadence was leading and they were struggling. But now suddenly, you know, you have a real actual IGL. You have actual gas in the card as Astralis.
Let's do it. Blue Laminate is from the Winter 2013 collection.
I mean, it's surprising because he had to swap up a couple positions with Hooksy just to accommodate Hooksy. Like, Hooksy got to take some of his old spots back on Ancient and on Dust 2, or Mirage, that is. And Stair just had to swap, and he's still doing fine. So, yeah, he can do absolutely everything.
But that was always his secret. He's been moved around. Go and look at it. Every time Astralis were making changes, it was Stair that took, you know, oh, I'll just play what's left.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing that all the time.
Stair's the guy when you load up into a pug where he doesn't calm where he's going to play, because he'll just fill in. He'll just fill in. There's an art to that.
I feel, Maui. I feel.
3 more minutes of fill.
Yeah, exactly. I've been doing that for 20 years.
We don't necessarily have to fill yet, because we have a couple of rounds we want to talk about. I just want to highlight, this is not even like a round breakdown, right? We're just going to take a look at Ston. Hooksy's like, all right, Ston, just go in.
Yeah, I thought
And I do want to highlight how Aurora looked lost. He's going to be aggressive here. We saw Xantares do this.
Red Laminate 14th of August 2013, Blue Laminate 18th of December 2013.
I'm so surprised what Aurora were thinking.
So the winner is Red Laminate. I thought it was the red one.
Because they knew
That's the only reason I was thinking about the red one was that
into the game, and I felt like
my first ever AK skin was the Jungle Spring, and I think Exist already had the red one.
I couldn't believe that they didn't turn. Like the second and third kill.
What's the second guy doing?
The guys aren't even looking. You know that. So that might be a little bit of Stound actually upsetting them in terms of his positioning, but also where's the communication from Aurora there? That looked like the playoff crumbling Aurora that I'm used to from all the other tournaments.
I would love to hear the comms in that situation.
I don't think there are any comms.
It looked to me that somebody either miscalled or didn't call. Stound should not get away with it.
I'll give you another round, Rich, and this is the penultimate round of that game where there were no comms, if you ask me. I just want to highlight, you just look at the way they just crumble. 11-8, right? It's a full buy versus a full buy. You know what Astralis does? Find a couple of kills initially, they get the kills, and they slowly just walk in with no time remaining. 15 seconds, they have to run into crossfires being set up there by Astralis, where in that round, they didn't go for any aggro plays. They just played a little bit turtled up. They're like, let's see what, let's see what the side of Aurora do. And Aurora, they were just waiting for the aggression to come on out. And once they realized they're running out of time, because they had no map control, because they had no players who were using the util nothing, walk into 3 CTs with a crossfire being set up in upper, and no matter how good you are individually, you're not winning a round like that.
That's when you could tell Aurora were just spent. When they put themselves in a nice split position onto the A bomb site, there was only the lone defender and Hooksy behind back silo, but they just froze up. And at that point in time, it was like, nobody's going to take the onus, nobody's going to go for the entry, nobody's going to swing in. They ran out of gas right there.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're running into a brick wall, it's not very pleasant, and yeah, especially when you have to do it again and again and again and again. And you could just see the frustration was getting to the Aurora guys. But obviously, look, this is Astralis' map pick. We can argue they're meant to win it. It's all fine.
Yeah.
Then we go into this. This is the most interesting part of the draft. So let's definitely dedicate some time to it. We've got Train coming. And we were absolutely convinced it's just going to go to Inferno. Let's style it out on Inferno. Two teams that love to, not love, but certainly happy to play the map. But Maja, for whatever reason, he's gone with this. This was his design. So I'm very curious as to what they've got up their sleeve.
They're trying to play against an Astralis that has no reps on the map.
Correct.
They're trying to see if they can
I
get
have the
better.
Greyhound
I don't even
Gaming
think we know
Holos
these
and the
CT
Blue Laminate.
positions.
Can't
I
decide
don't
what
think we
to swap
necessarily
them
know
with.
these CT positions at all.
Wait, shouldn't you
them
keep
because we
them?
haven't
Aren't
actually
they
seen them
like
play it.
getting
Like,
up in
it's
prices?
Largely guesswork.
Yeah,
I mean, it's basically like just filling in Hooksy for where Caden used to play.
Yeah.
That's about
Well,
it.
Stair was playing B, though.
Yeah,
Stair
he
was
mixed
playing
it
B
up.
on some of the rounds, too. So, I mean, I don't even, either way, I mean, it's going to be up to whoever is B anchoring for the side of Astralis, in my opinion, because Aurora love B. They love starting with heavy defaults towards B. They like doing finishers towards B. They're a team
Should I
that
call
doesn't
it
go for as
Boomer
many
Demons
of the
or
team
Boomer
main
Demon?
top dog splits onto the A bomb
The
site
AK?
that Vitality has made popular. They like
I
that
guess a
bomb site,
Boomer
so it's gonna be up to
Demon then,
whoever
right?
Astralis enlists on
Instead of with a S?
serves me right.
Because that would be weird if it was.
Last time it was Stair.
With the Stair, okay, maybe to switch it up a little bit. It remains to be seen. Let's touch upon what we know about Aurora, though. They played
I
this map
feel like that would
it
make,
was a
I
pretty solid
mean,
map overall. I think they had a very
I feel like
solid
it would be
CD
the
side,
best,
but it's very
right? No?
asphyxiating CD side where they're going to be taking these fights, pushing pop, taking all the deals like we did when we had a show match.
One guy is in multiple guns. True, 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 true.
Is where I think they had a lot of really cool ideas, but Na'Vi had the read. The thing is, I don't think that Astralis were expecting this
First
curveball to
episode?
come.
No.
I don't think they've had
Which
real
one?
time to look at that map and analyze how
Which
Na'Vi were able to come on the
one?
T side, because that's where they lost the map right there, did Aurora.
It's also just a map that Hooksy's never called on this version of Train. So the T side for them is going to be a big mystery too. I'm sure he's watching the top
Oh, yeah,
level of
they didn't-
CS, so
yeah,
I
they didn't
assume
play
he's
it,
going
right?
to just try to go to the Vitality playbook. But if you don't have the personnel to run those kinds of plays, like again, I don't think Stout is the most mechanically talented player, but if you're trying to run a Vitality strat book, that's usually done with Flames on the entry, with Zywoo on the cleanup. Like that, you have a very different set of personnel for Hooksy. So putting together the
Some
pieces
drinks,
here, and trying to
getting
find the
ready,
best strategy
getting
in a
ready.
live environment, this is where he is truly tested.
This is a real test.
I actually think, though, this is definitely one of Hooksy's strengths. I've always been critical of him from a tactical perspective. I always thought it was a bit overinflated by analysts. But here's what I believe. Is there a better vibes caller? Is there a better guy who can just say to people, you know what? Look, like, we've nothing to lose now, boys. Like, let's just style it out. It's fine.
It's not
all
to lose.
cool.
And there is a way you can make that, you kind of distill that in the tactical side of things over here, right? You're not really gonna even attempt to try and understand what Aurora are gonna be trying to pull off here, or some of the tricks and nuances, right? Just play your game. I know it sounds like very reductive.
They don't have a game, Blah. They don't have a game. But just, they don't know what their game
They
is.
don't have a game.
Just for
They don't have a game.
But honestly, like I'm looking at Device, right? I'm looking at Stone right there. If you're
$80.
just talk to Hooksy, tell where
Didn't
you're
get that it
coming
was
to
good.
play
No way,
towards,
Cobbler, my
and just
favorite
go for some
man.
of the aggro
I will
plays.
watch later.
Disrupt the T
Are you
side
guys
for
like the
Aurora.
editor?
Hooksy
He's
games
gonna
for me. If
trying
the
it out
beginning of this goes bad, the first
for
5 rounds,
a
all
month,
Aurora's
I would
way,
say.
but then he reads. If he makes the adaptation,
And if I feel like
in
it
the middle of the
works
half, that's
with
what
the
he's been so good at
timeline
this tournament,
and
at recognizing what the opponent
thumbnails
is doing,
and
what
everything
they're
like that, then we'll
outlining
keep
as their
having him.
objective, and then trying to counter it. Those kinds of moments, doing it on the fly, that's where I want to see Hooksy rise up.
Well, you're going to see it right now because we're going back to Anders and DDK.
Yes, let's go. Thank you, Richard. We are back once again. The final map here. We're going to be on train to settle this semi-final. And I couldn't really think of a better battleground. It's not the most played map in the pool right now. In fact, it's been dodged by a bunch of teams. And maybe that's one of those things that's going to come back to haunt Aurora.
Oh yeah, they
here,
fixed
because
the handle now, right?
Necessarily the practice on it. I'm really, really
They
excited
have
to see
fixed
how
the
this will
handle
play
now
out.
here.
I would probably pick Astralis, but it's a bit of a coin flip here. Let's
All right,
see.
Chatrino.
I totally agree.
Will Astralis do it,
That is what makes this
or will Aurora actually?
Two teams for the
actually,
who is going to be on top here? T side for Aurora. Astralis still on that CT side.
turn this around with their 0-6 in maps on train. They've lost 6 times in a row on train.
They got some utility right
That's
now.
their record right now for them.
Aurora, they could just.
How do you dare
throw
question?
that very, very deep Molotov
Will
that lands in the C
Hooksy?
connector.
I do it. What?
It could be better than a smoke in many cases because the smoke people can obviously just still jump through it, but the Molotov is going to be a bit different. So, Wakadi is holding this side. They are going
Fair.
down towards at least checking Pop Dog. It doesn't mean they really have to commit to it, but it is
said
dangerous
Astralis
if
would
there
do
are
it?
any CTs here. And looks like they might just follow through. Okay, so Madja is pretending, right? He's saying it's a B execute, guys. Deep Molotov flash going in. But in fact, it will be the A yard that is under attack. Hooksy throwing out some bullets here, but that smoke going down towards the icon position really shuts them out of the fight.
There's
Device
the
with
kill.
a critical shot to take down Wakadi. The bomb is planted though, and Santara's trying to answer back here. A lot of bullets for Woxic, not a lot of kills to follow. 3 versus 4.
Oh, Device though.
Another skull out here, and they're hunting him down.
Oh!
That's a burst fire. Woxic trying to get the job
Hey,
done.
Device on 4 kills. Marcus?
Device, all the way.
Marcus?
4 kills here, and Jota swinging wide.
An ace! Marcus! An ace for Device! A bomb site, not an op though.
You can see the smile on his
But an
face.
ace!
And hey, it's not just an ace, it is money being made for the player that has to buy that AWP. And here,
I believe the
to see it
person who
again.
spent the
first
past
kill did
month
feel
speaking to
somewhat
his
laboured.
pet
Only a couple bullets
duck
left, but then
slash goose will the one
the
leading
clinic here for
Astralis to a
Device,
train win.
falling
True.
back to a teammate before returning with the vengeance, with the wrath. And another, that's 3 pistols in a row that Astralis have actually picked up here against Aurora.
Can't Device get an off base now as well?
They've gone
10-0.
into this one, Aurora. They've got some Galils on deck. 3 Galils, just a 1 Mac 10 for Wakadia.
It was
This is a
Mirage.
player that's been, his career has been in such a weird state, right? He had to miss the Shanghai Major because of, well, who knows what problems, but he didn't end up playing, and there's been so many questions around it, so much that doesn't seem to have gone very well. Personally, never thought that he was ever going to be able to fit into Cadian's crazy Counter-Strike, which I think is great fun, but I just don't see Device as the kind of player who could do that. The Hooksy brand here, though, I feel like he's looking so much improved. It's down and stare. Out in the yard. It is a bit of a 2-3 split right now, which actually is a bit dangerous.
Huh.
Again, having, well, now they've got 2 in the A yard, so Astralis have a bit of a read. Maybe going off of what the desk was saying. Her grenade goes down. Very nice spray. Oh, that's so important. They don't really have the defense right now, so getting those 2 kills right off the bat is super critical.
And able to play those
Yeah,
positions.
Marcus on pistol run.
Move into your crosshairs. Precisely.
He has 6-0 right now. Device aced on pistol run, Marcus.
It's a quick flick, but can't find the target. Hooksy
On A bomb site, not B. A.
The calm and controlled.
Didn't do it with up though, but still. He aced on A bomb site.
It's quite similar to Nuke in how you kind of think about it in terms of CT rotations and just how you kind of crunch the numbers.
Oh, that's
And
nice,
so
Will.
Astralis,
You're
we talked
cooking,
about
you're
in
cooking.
the previous map too. You
You're
just
cooking,
have
you're
to
cooking.
get past that dangerous round, and they just did it right there.
Yeah, don't fall early on. Although, having said that, there are 4 Eagles in play in this round. I mean, why not? Nicely done.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Yeah, they get rid of one of them. Got to do a little bit more like that, and it's going to be fine. So aggressive.
Oh.
Down, he was a real machine
Device is
on that
golden.
second map. And
Golden.
I do feel like he's the kind of player that once he senses a bit of weakness in the opponent, it's like his level just goes up. It's like once he's got the
Hooksy.
the upper hand. He's just willing to try a little bit more. He does the extra.
Hooksy is the
and
ideal.
it does pay off here. Couple of good kills to slow down Aurora at the get-go. And Device just hanging around. No reason they need to do anything. The desk highlighted that Aurora do like to hit the B bomb site, so it will be fun to see how ready Astralis will be once they get into the rifle part of the game for themselves. A lot of different ways to try and defend it.
And Plant would be really good, but with only 3 players, normally the CTs wouldn't want to necessarily fight up close, but here, you know, we could see Astralis just contesting and just trying to deny the bomb plant completely. So it's not the bodies to throw at this. And is Antares down? Well, don't even get to finish the sentence. It is easy there for Astralis as they pick up the 3-0 start, but now, much like we said in the previous map, now we get into the territory where we would expect to see the full buy round and, you know, suddenly Aurora maybe, you know, putting their game plan onto Astralis.
I mean, this is going to be the first real test, isn't it? Did that just rip over his Aurora sign? I think he might have.
What the fuck?
It's pretty common, Anders, in this situation for the CTs to actually try to play aggressive. Maybe a pop push, maybe getting T main, stuff like that. And indeed, that's exactly what we're going to see. Stone is making his way up there.
I love it. Don't step into the flames.
Slows it down.
If he touches the flames here, they're going to hear it, but the timing is crazy. He knows what he's doing. Centaurus, I don't think he has any clue at all. You could see from the way that he's peeking that angle that he's not ready for it.
Oh.
This is
Starving with like a lot of sprays for his smoke. He hits a little bit. Ah, Lisa. What up, Lisa?
You could see the follow through here. Aurora, where did they go? If you can't
Who
control
are you sharing or you're neutral? Kind of neutral. I mean, I should be sharing for Voxic though.
And you have a game plan when you go into the round, like a way you want to open the round, and a disruptive play from Astralis. Now you've just got a mid-round. You've just, whatever plan you had, you've got to throw it out. You've got to reassess the situation. They just took forward space on you.
Yeah, good rotation to bring in Yabi over to the B-bomb site, but it'll be a bit of a wrap around here. Stan's already spotted them up with a bit of a jiggle. 45 seconds, Maja, wide swing, and they, I don't know, he honestly could have caught Stan there. I don't think that was out of the question, but Stan is red hot at the moment. Burning up Aurora.
When you guys say stuff about Swedish and Danish, is a Joker thing or is the real rivalry in Danes?
Someone's gonna have to get a kill here on the Turkish
Fuck
side.
the Danes.
They're gonna get wiped out in this one. Nice shot. Device finding a kill. He's 7-0. 5 in the pistol, obviously. Jota, it's a nice kill, but I don't think it changes anything. 18 seconds on the clock. His teammate's not even really with him right now. And they might just have to save what's left. The AWP and the AK, no chance to get into any site here. So, very interesting start.
I have no problems with.
Oh. Please, Device, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him, Device. Have you been taking only pixels?
No.
Try and do it. Oh.
I would have been so goated.
They threaten the aggression, so now Aurora have to necessarily wait for that. They have to respect that it could happen again. I mean, hey, Astralis could actually do it
Bonkers.
again. I mean, they could.
Well, especially, it's easier also, especially with the pop dog push that we just saw, it's easier when Aurora don't have the basic utility, because the way to stop it is to Molotov the position from T-main, which, if you don't have the Molotovs, then it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, it's easier right now for Astralis to do it if they were interested. Doesn't seem to be the case at the moment, just some early utility to really slow things down. Wow, 4-0. They've got just 1 AK, but they picked up an AUG at the same time on Yabi. So, definitely becoming a more popular weapon on Train. The run boost over here. It is a nice trick.
Classic move.
And I was all happy Saturday, buddy.
Close. Stown has no idea. Nade in hand. Easy kill for Jota. Able to spot one more.
That has happened almost 2 rounds in a row now.
Stayers really out in the open. Would have been able to play off of Stown, but right now isolated.
He is shitted.
Oxy on the other end. Oh, a little bit slow to that one. You can't be slow against Antares.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating. He had the right read, but out-dueled here. Oh, Stairs gonna get that fight. Oh, no. A couple of big slip-ups here on the Danish side, unfortunately.
Device is still
a big opportunity for Aurora to finally pick up their first round. Voxic will dispatch of Device. And Yabi will be saving the AUG somewhere else if he is allowed to. Okay,
An unban request?
Kind of a weird round, but you did
No?
get to see a cool bit of utility that's obviously become very popular too. That smoke that Centaurus is using to be able to fight just on his left-hand side is thrown all the way from T-spawn, and it bounces, or like it almost bounces off C-connector and goes through Icon and lands back there.
Check
So very,
Centaurus
very deep
PC,
smoke.
exactly.
Nice find out of Yabi. They take all the guns, and Astralis put on a bit of a cooldown.
And it is a bad situation in many respects for Astralis, because obviously this initial kill, normally Stout's going to spot Jota and he gets to slow it down, and then they can readjust the setup.
That one.
And then in that way, then Astralis are really playing against the strat from Aurora. But because of that kill, it just becomes a scrappy round. So we don't really know fully how that was going to execute from Aurora, but they're going fast into team main this time.
I mean, it was
straight out. Is he going to get caught here? Quick incendiary to limit the space, but they're looking to go faster, Anders.
Yeah, they didn't want to slow it down. Nice smoke up here.
The person even wrote incorrectly though.
Cardia, the backup was almost there. It was a second away, and they would have been there
I
for
know.
to help him out. But the
I gotta
smoke
think
going
about
down
it.
from the CT side, it couldn't have been better timed. It stopped the backup from showing up.
Måste väl
Watch
kung
it.
Johan
Double
after hit
scope
trigger
gun
you
by
all of
device.
just enough to
They're
ban
gonna
him.
swap it out. Stair gets the AWP.
Why does
Device
Kung
will
Johan
play
get
the info
unbanned every
instead.
time? Then he should stay
And
banned. Then.
this can't happen to Aurora. They absolutely need, and win the round now is going to be hard, but they need a lot more damage here. They need to get at least 3 kills. See if they can bring it back. Oh, it's a nice shot from Centaurus. That's the beginning. Huxey's on a flanking mission, and unfortunately that's the bomb out there where he's headed. So if he could be quick enough, there might be a chance that he could slow it down. Some shots swinging through, but really no one on the other side to receive. That bomb is still slowed, and we're looking at 42nd. Huxey is just creeping closer. He's about 10 seconds away from really being put into the round here. Device has to play a bit of a distraction, but hopefully without dying as well. Bomb being attempted. Device, do you want to take the risk? He does, and he slows it. Even when the kill happens, no flank from Huxey. He's going to get killed instead, and it's a 2-on-2.
Jota finding a moment, but that's the moment for the CTs to go in. Yabi takes down Centaurus. Jota playing the train. It looks like a trade set up here. There's the double swing. You can't do anything about that. Jota goes down.
Oh, buddy.
It's money for the T's, but it is a small consolation because the reality is their economy's been completely reset. They only just won a round. This is the worst way to have a half play out.
Yeah, not bad at all. 5-1. Well, they have a bit more money than I was expecting too. So I guess that's something for Aurora. The round loss kind of kicking in, I guess, with the extra bonus. Had a little bit in the bank here, but I mean, even at that, even if they can buy this round, it's still pretty sketchy. 3 timeouts, and they've used one of them. Yeah, time to have a real serious conversation. The attempted pace change there is nice, but I think where Cardio, when he's pushed in front like
He's
that,
just like
he's
me.
hoping for a fight. He actually wants somebody for Astralis to be flashed through the smoke or something like that, which again is super common. That that diagonal train is a part of the map that the CTs do want to control. Or red train.
I love it though from Astralis not going for that typical maneuver. And Astralis are in an interesting situation here because you don't typically want to get too aggressive in their spot now because the other team's so struggling just to get a round to work that you don't want to give it as an option, but they might be trying to do it. I think they tried to get 2 in here with Yabi, but he got split up because of the util. Still pushing forwards. Down is behind him, I believe.
Might as well keep going now.
So they've got the setup still.
Yeah, but this time Aurora are actually aware of it. And it's also possible that they might have heard some of the burn if they're close enough by. So they look like they are very well aware of what could be happening. So it's a nice start here for
Yeah,
Aurora.
you can also use right/user in that Twitch channel.
So important here.
So if he goes to his page, he can still open up his
that
chat.
has to change. There's that deep Ivy utility. We know what's coming next. That's also why Huxey's
is-
playing anti-flash in the corner. Missed shot here. We could see Huxey's there. They know what that smoke means. They've already encountered it once. It's a really good setup. Counter flash comes out. Centaurus and Woxiga on the other side. The whole round could be decided on this battle. The bomb is making its way to the B bomb side, but actually the Danes are kind of
70
ready for it.
HP
They've
though.
only got 2 people here, and they'll fall back from the Ivy position. Now they know the bomb and trying to get onto the site. They drop down. They don't even check the corner. Stair not ready for a second drop. And Wicardia gets his first kill. That's about time. Imadja adding to the tally. 30 seconds, deep grenade very nearly destroys Astound, but he is there and running and shooting. It gets the headshot onto Wicardia. 3-on-3 now.
Around the train device, he might have a really good spot here. Oh yeah, he's gonna find one for the smoke. It's a double actually. He's done everything there. Woxic in the clutch against 2. Has to buy time, but Hooksy out the smoke. He's gonna find it. Hooksy, ever reliable Hooksy. Astralis have everything behind them right now. Right on cue.
3 from both things this week.
Hooksy chance in the arena. They are absolutely loving it here in Astana.
Yeah, the Giga Chad ready. We mentioned it on Nuke already. The looming threat of Train as the third map. Not something Aurora probably were very satisfied with. Yeah, a little shrug. 6-1 round loss bonus is giving them a helping hand right now, but Aurora look a bit lost here, and look at the aggressive setup. If you swing wide to dodge the AWP, you're going to die to the rifle instead because you're running into that fight. They will be going down again. Pop Dog it is. Last time they got stymied by just really good grenade usage from Astralis to slow them down.
Device born on train.
All right, they pulled back the
Oh,
setup.
really?
So Centaurus gets to live.
They do know the AWP is there now. Ana hasn't been tested too much by Aurora, like some of these faster plays. Are they still going to just ship it in and go for a re-hit? Astralis looks so ready for it at the moment.
Yeah, this incendiary could be quite interesting. See if he gets the right timing. It has to be absolutely perfect, otherwise it'll be too late. Slows them down once again. Oh, it's so frustrating, Aurora. They're all here. The entire map is lost. Look at the rotation coming in. Astralis, they kind of know it. They felt it. There's no one else anywhere on the map. A third man rotating in. This is very bad news. Turks, they must fight back. They need more rounds here. This is a critical run. Jota's already down. The bomb getting dropped in here. So it will be planted if nothing else. Good spam onto Jabby. He's going to end up getting dropped. Bomb planted now.
Yeah, flash beyond the smoke. Desperately trying Aurora to gain this forward space, but Device defends again from by that connected position.
Oh.
What a headshot from him, but Santaris, the Terminator, line, bringing the AK headshots for Santaris delivers for Aurora in the
Damn, that was a beautiful round by Santaris.
now as they fight their way back into this one.
I mean, it is
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it
kind
means
of
to have a
interesting
star player
round they
on your
did though.
team. How could you have seen this coming?
Like no one goes upper.
Disgusting kills coming out.
Like Astralis getting like have a weird feeling where to hold.
Once he gets the first couple, you just know it won't stop.
Just makes him look like a
Oh,
robot,
is the money
doesn't it?
that bad
really
actually?
does.
That's the second.
Oh, shit.
Unfortunately, that is only the second round. Now, the big deal is the fact that the money is a bit low on Astralis, and they actually decide to invest into this round. Which, this could be the real
Santaris has
turning point for
acceleration
Astralis.
when he
If Astralis win
plays.
this one, they might just crush Aurora. But if it goes the other way, then it's a window, a step back into the game for Aurora. They could get all the way up
There
to
is a
something
fix
like
for that in
6-4 scoreline actually
CS2.
pretty
There's
quickly.
a program you need to have. What I
And
understand.
here comes the other question, though.
Because
When you have
it
this kind of
doesn't.
a buy,
It's not allowed in
this is
CS2
where
anymore,
it
but
could
you can
be
like
enough of a
trick it
surprise
or
for
something. What I
Aurora if you
understood.
go for an Ivy push or something. Well, you haven't done that before. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a good setup. The stakes are super high indeed. Box is looking for the pick. Denied. No Ivy push from Astralis, but Aurora making their way down there once again. They've done it quite a few rounds. Pixie's there with the smoke for delay purposes. And it is only Yabby on the inner bomb side at the moment, tasked with guarding that one and getting any information. It's a smoke though, to slow things down. Aurora gets some extra ground here. Santaris looking for the opener from Ivy.
Oh, good timing. The smoke just went up, slows them down, and Hooksy sends a message. Don't try to run through this one. I do like this push from Justin. It's really important. He does get spotted. When he still very nearly had an opportunity for a kill, you could see Stare actually, who's pushed out.
Cardia
there,
was
just
chilling
waiting.
and popped though.
hard position to clear. I think Jotza sees the smoke, so he probably has a bit of a read, but all things being equal, we're down to under 50 seconds. Bomb is at Ivy. If the bomb dies at Ivy, this is going to be a really weird round. Jotza going to be the first casualty. A dink onto Madger, and that was the bomb there. So they're running low on time and low on health as well. Woxic with a nice crouch. Takes down. 30 seconds, spin around here. Stair going to get the first one from us. Sings for him. He gets a shot onto Bacardia. And now this round is slipping out of the hands of Aurora. They don't have much left. Stair finds one more. A triple. He's been so good for Astralis in the playoffs here in the semifinals. That kind of a round. Just
so smart. He's like, there is an open team, man. Fuck the AK. I'll take the fucking gamble.
Tuned into this one.
No.
Just even the small maneuvers like Device, doing the jump peek with the scout, and instantly rotating. That's going to slow down the Ivy push. He shorts up the defense on the outer yard. Stayer with just incredibly good FAMAS play. Yeah. Honestly, making it look way better than it is, trust me.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Here we go, Santaris. Flashed, smoke blown open. He had the right idea, but he didn't quite trust it. And Stown back.
Is that a rage from Santaris now?
He's got 14-4. They're trying to see if they can get quick into the A-bomb.
I don't share for anyone specifically, actually.
He's alone right now. There's a real timing for it. Let's see.
My eyes are closing.
One kill would be important. Nearly caught climbing down, and they're going to flash their way through. I love it. Pushing up the sidewalk. Yabi is more than ready.
Oh!
Three of them, and Madjo
no.
The team has been decimated as he picks up the AWP and misses a kill here. Astralis looking for 8, and Madjo looking for a miracle. It will not happen.
Trizone with a 74 month. Much love, buddy. Much love.
For the Danes. Oh, you can just feel it when you get those like.
I think I like the FAMAS more if it didn't sound so weak.
Yabi keeps it rolling. And this is the stuff you were saying, you know, typically expecting the CD to flash through, but they just understand there's someone behind that.
Yeah.
Using the silence M4, as we see Yabi styling on Aurora. Aurora have not been in such a desperate situation this entire series. They've always been able to find a way back, whether it's with Santaris with a 5-7.
Some negative comment about him,
oh,
really?
There's always been something, but right now it feels like the energy on their side of the stage.
I do feel like he's been quite unstable ever since he joined the team in recent times.
It's also, it's a little detail, but Yabi, once he gets the fight there, he keeps pushing forward. He is the aggressor.
Yota has been starting to play better. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Around the train on the other side and shoot him anyway. So it catches 2
players
off guard in that fight. That's how he gets the triple. Here we go. We're back into it. Round number 11. Oh, this could be such a
well, I am very excited to see the
Astralis
game.
A lot of chaos coming into this one. Nobody knows
Monday.
What the future
No, FaceTime.
Stair actually spotting that out. Don't really know how. Maybe he didn't just did it on timing. But Aurora making the playoffs here. That in itself was a big step in the right direction. But right now, it's the Danes that are blocking them from reaching the grand finals there as they line up the spray. It is perfect.
Oh, clean.
Enough to push them over the edge. I don't know how much is left here for Aurora. They seem completely to a flatline.
Clean.
And it's been so devastating as well. They've been on the receiving end of 3 lost pistol rounds. So they're every single time having to fight from behind at the beginning of these halves. I mean, we're not just there into the last pistol just yet. We've got one more round to play out, but we'll see what they can do here. And if they can change their fate, just 3 rounds would be so helpful. 2 AKs Galil, 2 Galils, and a scout. Little util left, a smoke, 2 flashes and a Molotov. They've got no util. It's going to purely come down to the gunfights.
So Madjo wants, or at least wanted to for a while there, set up that same Ivy smoke that they've been using.
And we're back.
He's changed his mind now. But in
you never know. It is still his T side though, Marcus.
Yeah, smoking off towards the.
I feel like Aurora, if Woxic start to
has an effect. Hooksy.
Kick it off, you know, it would be.
They really can't afford to go through it. He's going to blow it open himself. Is there anyone spotted on the other side? Doesn't really go deep enough.
I'm just asking.
Oh, he's not sure. The crowd is spray.
I guess they are gonna use an American
45
one, right?
seconds, and he spots every single one. That is so much information. He knows what's coming next. It is a missed shot for Device, but he peeks with the eagle. That's wild and crazy.
Oh no.
He is pushed back, but the Molotov also stops them from hunting him down. 30 seconds, Dan, as they try to make their way onto the A site. This could be another disaster. Aurora, they're not controlling it, but finally they get the kills, and that might make the difference here. 20 seconds on the clock. Where is that bomb plant coming from? It's down. I don't think he could stop it, and the mission's almost done here, Aurora. They might get that third round.
One bullet. One bullet, that's all he needs. Swapped out for the AK. A second for Device. And hang on, Storm's still alive. Moving from the outer sight, finding his way around the train. Device connecting on through. Madja, gets it off of the peak. Now it's down to Device. But 3 rounds is what it is.
Marcus,
at the end of the first half of train.
are you inksing?
At least something going in to the last half of this semi-final.
Marcus?
And my God, they need a pistol, and they haven't seen one in ages.
It could have been a 10-2, Marcus, but you fucked everyone over.
Let down for Aurora. Such a sick semi-final for them. But the fact is,
Pack the bags. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
On Mirage.
I'm done.
That was a bit of a struggle.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
On Nuke, you could
take it easy. Hopefully I catch you guys soon enough. Peace and love. Peace and love.
And now on
Yeah, that eagle though. It's like if he actually hit that one, he would have.
Going to be playing Anubis against Astralis,
he would have saved the hooksy there, right?
Likewise, Ancient was always going to be out of it, which is why the map veto here was always going to be really funky. I actually thought we were going to end up playing Dust 2, but it's possible as well that because of how well Astralis played against Spirit,
yeah,
Aurora might have thought, no, we might not. I can't actually remember if they were the ones who banned it, but I really thought we were going to end up on that map. Not going to be the case. Instead, it's Train as the decider. Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. 9-3, second half is coming up. One team to go to the grand final. If it's Astralis, that surely would be a bit of a headline.
Aurora need a pistol. They need it so badly. And it might be fast in the movement, but Wicardia is here with the dualies. What can he fight? Oh, no! Star gets it. Wicardia goes down. Astralis rolling it onto the outside. Many players here, those Xantares in position by Connector. Repositioning. How does that even happen? How is it going like this? The pistols are raining in furiously from the Danes, and they are taking every headshot.
There was a quick flank coming in, but that might not actually make a difference anymore because they've lost everybody else. Woxic alone against the world. That bomb being planted. He hasn't even had a chance to reload. He just wants to fight it, looking for a headshot.
Bam.
Instead, Device finds him. The speed with which they execute that round. And by the way, they throw right out of spawn a smoke that lands inside of the B side of C connector, which Aurora thinks
if I play out against the CS, sometimes I play worse, but mostly off stream though. Right now,
it might be a fast B play. They're so slow to rotate. They're not ready for it, and it's that one smoke that really sells it. 10-3 now. Astralis 3 rounds from the grand final.
I love those details. Just that little bit of doubt is sometimes all that you need. And a bunch of MP9s. I mean, MP9s on this map go a long way. And the scout in Woxic's hands. Certainly known for a scout highlight or two in his career.
This is a round where Aurora did want to push into Pop Dog, but they were denied from the Astralis utility. So that's how Astralis got the better position. Down here towards the Pop Dog hallway. Nice flashbang, but unfortunately Madja, he'd already spotted out Yabi. Going to be able to get the kill. Smart move from Jota. Don't
how he starts.
Listen, if you win this round, then the conversation will change quite a bit.
Yeah, especially if it's clean. Pick up some AKs. Now, Astralis in a position of
take it easy, Roshan. Have a beautiful weekend.
You got to figure out how do you recover this. Match is still on this position. Hooksy looking for the swing. It's the timing, the movement. Still not good enough. The Galil delivers, and that's going to be entry now here into the speed sites. And Device with the bomb. That's going to go down. Astralis now. The hardest part done.
Smoking
get
deep.
the bomb down.
And the deep utility here really putting pressure on. Santara is getting caught. There is a flank obviously coming in as well. And actually one for the CT side. But for Jota, it's a lot harder. He needs his teammates to manufacture an opening. If he gets spotted out here, which he almost already has, I think now the footsteps are being heard. Hold on, what? Hooksy goes down. Jota finding the shot on Device.
No.
I need to know how that scout shot landed. Stown comes in with a flank. He gets the one and a double spray down. It's going to be plenty enough.
Scary, scary.
Astralis at 11. They survived the round, but that was crazy close.
That was so close. Woxic almost enabling something special, but the Danes, they're so powered up right now. They really are. Imagine here with that really good first opening. So close to taking Hooksy down. That would have made all the difference. This is that shot.
All right.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Really well done, yeah.
Such a shame for Aurora that they couldn't build from that. But it does feel like something is behind Astralis. Fate is behind Astralis right now, that they are somehow designed for this grand final.
They do have a little bit better guns now, Aurora. Not the best still, but...
Stab at 16-6. He has been the engine for this team, building their way into the grand final. Such an exciting prospect for the future.
Can we ban Dancy again?
Already playing better than I think most people could have seen coming. Round number 15.
You sure he's in the clearance?
Is very minimal here for Aurora, but it's all they could do.
You're prohibited to use also the other one.
They don't have funds for anything else. We'll see what Astralis end up doing. They are holding early on. They're watching for the Ivy push at the moment. Stown is doing that. Also, the T-main position is being held by Stair. They're well aware that there could be some aggression coming out, and they want to stop Aurora from doing anything wild at the beginning.
Really, really big slow of pace for sure. And
you see that neck? Yeah, the neck is...
that you do drain the CTs of util, but there isn't really much util to begin with. So Astralis don't need to play super slow, necessarily. Let's not forget, they're not taking contact anywhere, and Aurora can just hold their setup. So the stalemate in this particular case means that Astralis will just have to go and pick a site to plant the bomb at some point, and I think we're getting pretty close to that. You don't want to leave too little time. Was stabbed? Did Stone hear that?
I mean, they're bringing the bomb back, so all the way, Santaris
I think you heard
has moved a bit closer here, tries to take a peek, but Stown, that is so much patience. Think of how much time in the round has been spent just waiting for that peek. Now they get it, and it puts a lot of pressure on. Jotz's position is actually not that good right now. He's going to get shot in from the main. This is scary. 25 seconds. Oh, they find the kills. It's crumbling. They have the players in position, but they can hold none of it. Wakadi is out here, and even if he wins that fight, it won't be enough. 12 on the side of Astralis. They show that they can play this super
Astralis grand final.
Aurora lose patience.
PGL Astana.
When that step's hurt by Xantares, I think Astralis were wanting to regroup into B. But I think what happened there is once you understand that a player is that deep, that late into the round on the CT side, you're thinking, okay, well, that's the information they have. There's no way they're going to be positioned to defend a B.
Yeah.
So definitely more likely.
Then they like recalled the round, I think, Hooksy. 12-3, this could be it. Astralis in a grand final.
Yeah, it's looking like it's meant to be at the moment. They find a matcher at the beginning. Device having himself what you could definitely call a bit of a vintage performance here at the semi-final. 19 kills, straight shot, Stair up to 18.
What up, Berg?
He's been such a powerhouse for this team.
Oh my
3
lord,
versus 5
man.
now. It's all desperation for Aurora.
Oh my.
How do you recover? There's no wrong answers right now. Do whatever you can. But Astralis waiting so patiently for them. Yabity takedown Santaris. They know it's on Aurora to try and take a risk. They have to do something. And Astralis just do not care. They wait it out. They have another minute to wait if they want to. And the Turkish
that was not on my bingo card for this tournament.
Wakadi on 3 kills.
Astralis in the grand final.
So little to work with. And Astralis are just bleeding them dry. Wakadi gets something, but has to go for more. And gets shut down as well. Now Woxic, it's got to be the craziest scout highlight of his life at this point. To somehow save Aurora.
They're just going to dodge him. Stown is already here, looking to get the shot to send them to the grand final.
Damn, Astralis.
In Astana, that is so crazy.
Incredible stuff there. It's just such a wholesome story to see what's happened to this roster with the addition of Hooksy. I mean, we knew that this team had the potential, they had the talent, the skill, but to see it get put together and to be executed on stage is another thing entirely. You just have to hand it to Astralis, but on the other side of things, for Aurora, this will be nothing but the most desperate disappointment.
Yeah, I think once you end up on the other side of the bracket from Spirit in this tournament, you think, okay, we've got a really good shot at making the grand final. And then you run into a revitalized Huxi, Astralis, and somehow that is just too much to handle. I don't know how to even explain that, but what a show it's been for them. Device looks like he's back. Stare, such a great performance for him so far. I am beyond impressed. Now we do have Banks ready on the stage.
The first team through to the grand finals. It's Astralis!
Ну что, у нас есть первые финалисты. Это Astralis!
It's down a crazy series.
They were 06. So 07 now.
First grand final.
07, 07, 07.
Back when you were on Heroic. How does that feel?
It feels fucking great, man. It feels really great.
Первый финал.
Maybe, but maybe.
Момент для вас, как это ощущается?
I was thinking about after.
Now we saw,
I mean, it's gonna be soon now, though, but still.
Mirage. Here, you almost took Aurora on it. How did you feel after that map went down? Did you feel like you let it slip away, or were you still quite positive?
I mean, it was a bit rough times, but we managed to reset. But it was hard because I think we were the better team on Mirage as well. I think we lost 3 anti-ecos, and in MR12 in this game, if you do 3 anti-ecos, you're probably gonna lose, right? So that was tough. And yeah, our Mirage has been a bit shaky, but I believe we can, if we play really good, we can still be really good on it. So hopefully tomorrow will be better.
У вас случились сложности на Мираже и с Нави, и сегодня в игре против Авроры. Почему это так? Может быть, стоит убрать эту карту из пула? Да, случаются ошибки, но в любом случае нам кажется, что мы не так плохо играли, и все будет хорошо. Так что пока мы сохраняем Мираж.
Now it comes on to Nuke.
Yes, they're called Aurora.
Looking rough on your map pick. We see this 9 CT rounds in a row. Everything was working out. The teamwork, you were going for play, you were making moves. Where did this all come from? Where did this switch happen?
I don't know, man. There's just something like, I don't know, we just vibing really great, always believing, and just the masterclass CT side nuke.
It was.
На вашем пике, на Нюке, была ситуация, в которой вы сильно проигрывали, но потом каким-то образом переключились, и все начало получаться. Как это произошло? Честно говоря, не знаю, мы просто поддерживали.
Is he leaning towards the trophy stand?
Now from here, the wins just kept on coming because Train was so impressive. Tell me, how prepared were you for Train with Huxi?
That's a good question. I mean, after we win Nuke, like the good CT side was like hyped up, and then Huxi says, everyone shut the fuck up. Now we talk for 1 minute, and then you, the guys who have to go smoke, you go smoke, and then we go and practice our grenades before the map. So everyone went up there, we joined our local offline server, and we all practiced nades, saying, Huxi, you need to learn this nade, you know, and then we just managed to just like be really good. Easy game, easy life.
Whoa.
В целом поняли, в чем суть. В общем, вопрос был про трейн. Каково это? Ну, вы с Хукси его еще не тренировали, ничего. Но, в общем, после победы на Нюке была 1 минута, когда можно было поговорить с всей командой. В общем-то, Хукси сказал, что типа, все заткнулись, собрались, мы выиграем и на трейне тоже. В общем, потом уже как-то по ощущениям, по наитию, и все получилось.
Now, lastly, Astana has been loving Astralis. They've been giving you a lot of cheers. Anything you want to say to them?
It's amazing. I love you all, guys. It's amazing. The support is amazing. We'll see you tomorrow in the grand final.
Все прекрасно. Я люблю вас, Астана. Увидимся завтра в гранд-финале.
He's having an Astralis shirt.
Give it up for Stan and Astralis!
Yes, Aurora's train derailed by Device. But where Astralis are going, guys, they don't need a train. They're on a rocket ship.
Are there players that are insanely good at 1v1 but can't play 5v5? There's a lot of them. That was like in for a while. It was for a while like that. Alright, chat. I'm just gonna try to get this setup to work so I don't fuck this up. Alright, cool. Yes, you log in. Cool. Alright, be right back. The stream will die a little bit, but not too much, okay? I'll be back soon in a minute or two. Or less.